Grossenberg Implement, your family-owned John Deere dealer, is passing on the savings to you. This week, get an 8% discount on all in-stock flashlights. A flashlight is a great tool for lighting up those dark spaces, and you can never have too many. So now's the time to stock up. Take advantage of the 8% discount. Stop into the parts department at any of the 9 Grossenberg Implement locations this week in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming to take advantage of the 8% discount on all in-stock flashlights. Grossenberg Implement, servicing your growing needs since 1937.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and we'll be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Starting a John Deere dealership during the Depression took guts and vision. But C.J. Grossenberg was determined to help the community. He supplied more than equipment. He supplied a better way of life for his neighbors. Today, the family business is still going strong. Because round here, Grossenberg proves our values to our community every day. Grossenberg Implement is celebrating 85 years and is fourth-generation family-owned and operated.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown. You can find a plethora of today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit capitalcityfordtoyota.com.
Grossenberg Implement, your family-owned John Deere dealer, is passing on the savings to you. This week, get an 8% discount on all in-stock flashlights. A flashlight is a great tool for lighting up those dark spaces, and you can never have too many. So now's the time to stock up. Take advantage of the 8% discount. Stop into the parts department at any of the 9 Grossenberg Implement locations this week in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming to take advantage of the 8% discount on all in-stock flashlights. Grossenberg Implement, servicing your growing needs since 1937.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Quarterback that can kind of do it all. He does a pretty good job of throwing the ball, and then when stuff's not there and it breaks down, he gets out of the pocket and he can hurt you there too. So, a lot of things that they do really well that we're going to have to try to button up from last week. Have a good night tonight.
Stanley County head coach Max Foth, as his team has the home opener against DeSmet and goes for that first 2-0 start in 18 years for this program. Thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Coming up on our Bank West pregame, it's the starting lineups and the law on the field from Ole Williamson Field. More in 2 minutes on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre is your one-stop for fencing materials and supplies. Sioux Nation handles red brand steel posts and barbed wire. They carry staples, wood posts, both blunt and pointed, railroad ties, continuous fence, and guardrail. Sioux Nation sells quality Gallagher electric fence products, electric fence wire, heavy-duty tread-in posts, and insulators. Remember your high-quality Sioux steel gates. Mending your fences is almost enjoyable. With help from the folks at Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre. There's Thursday night lights and all of the weekend highlights, but nothing beats Monday nights with Monday Night Football on Venture High Def TV. You'll catch all the action starting Monday, September 11th. Tune in to ESPN Channel 21 as the Bills head to MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets at 7 p.m. Venture Communications, your home for ESPN and Monday Night Football. Call Venture Communications today for high-def TV service and more. Call 605-852-2224.
Access Health Fort Pierre welcomes new and established patients, offering chronic and acute care for all ages, including evaluation for illness and injuries, immunizations, lab testing, wellness exams, and DOT and sports physicals. Same-day appointments are available, and most major insurances are accepted. Good luck this season, athletes, from Access Health Fort Pierre, assuring access to quality health care.
It's the Montana Dakota Utilities starting lineups. MDU in the community to serve. Stanley County with Brock Zaid, the senior quarterback. Touchdown pass last week and a touchdown rushing. With Colton Brady out, it'll be Barrett Schweitzer as the main running back. Cash Richardson, the sophomore, the fullback, 77 yards for him last week. Rylan Shrake starts at a receiver spot. So does Q Bourne. So does Blaze Frost. Brendan Bothwell see plenty of time. Hayden Rogo and Calvin Grandin getting the starting guard this week. Center Case Colda. That's the offensive starting lineup for Stanley County. We'll look on the other side at DeSmet in 30 seconds after this from Montana Dakota Utilities on KGFX.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Wilson is the starting quarterback for DeSmet as Gannon Gilligan, a junior, in the backfield behind him as a single back. Receivers include senior Caden Fast, although he'll run the ball some too. 2 touchdowns rushing last week. Senior Trace Van Regemorter, senior Tom Onball, and junior Gannon Henrik. Grant Wilkinson, big guy at 290. There's that Wilkinson name again. He's a sophomore. River Hornick on the other side at guard. A 250-pound senior. Sam Gigoff is the junior. Brendan Pitts is in his 3rd season as head coach at DeSmet. Those are the Montana Dakota Utility starting lineups. Now the law on the field brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection. We'll introduce those officials in 30 seconds on KGFX.
You share personal information about yourself with others. You may write a check, charge fuel, rent a car, mail your tax return, schedule a doctor's appointment, or post something on social media. Each transaction may share some sort of personal information such as bank or credit card account numbers, social security numbers, name, address, or phone number. There are unscrupulous individuals, identity thieves, targeting these routine transactions trying to gain your information to commit fraud. If you think someone has stolen your identity, contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
Officials are Tate Schoenfelder, Lane Kessler, Joe Schroeder, Nick Schultz, and Ty Schoenfelder. The law on the field brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection. We're just about ready for the Dakota Mart Fort Pierre opening kickoff, and it comes your way in 30 seconds after this from Dakota Mart and Fort Pierre on KGFX.
You'll hit a home run when shopping Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. From the freshest meat and produce around to great deli and bakery selections, Dakota Mart has it all. Hardware, lawn care, and ridding of weeds. They have that too. Their friendly staff is more than happy to help in any way possible. Hometown quality, value, and service. It's a home run at Dakota Mart. Smart grocery shopping takes a little TLC. Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Thrifty, local, and convenient.
A few minutes early, but we're ready to go. DeSmet won the toss, deferred the option to the second half, so it'll be Stanley County to receive first, and Britt Carlson will kick off for DeSmet from our right to our left in their road white uniforms with maroon pants. Stanley County gold tops, or gold pants and purple tops. The deep men back at around their 11-yard line. There plays Frost or Brendan Bothwell, that is, in Paxton Deal. We hope you enjoy the action from Ole Williamson Field, the home opener. Stanley County looks for a first 2-0 start since 2005. And a spinning kick. Bothwell has to race back forward, and he's all the way back to his 7-yard line. And here come 4 white shirts, and he is down back near the 5. The ball skipped past.
Bothwell with the return, brought down by Fast.
Brendan
Stanley
and
County
Fast
starts 1st and 10 at third.
Was back there to bring him down. The ball bounced
3-yard
back
line
to the 7. The return is a loss back to the 3-yard line, not the field position Stanley County wants for their first possession. So Brock Zabe with his team in a little bit of a hole to get it started. Tate Schoenfelder is the referee in this crew. Thank you. And here we go. From left to right, Stanley County, a long way to go on their first possession. Without Colton Brady, how can the running game work? We'll see. Brock Zabe is under center on this first play, and the hand is to Barrett Schweitzer across the 5 and stood up at around the 6 or so. So you expect that's the way it's going to go tonight.
Schweitzer with the carry, brought down by Gilligan.
Gannon and Gilligan made
Gain of 2 on the
stop.
play.
They'll give him to the
Brings up
5-yard
second
line
8.
for 2, and it's 2nd down and 8. But can the running game work as well as it did last week? 311 yards against Sully Buttes. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Stanley County. The Buffs are 2nd and 8 from left to right at their own 5. Schweitzer's the man in motion, being followed. And Brock Zabe under center. Again, quick throw in the left flat. This one's caught by the motion man Schweitzer, but in the middle of 3 white and maroon jerseys after gaining only about a yard.
Henrik on the initial hit. Gain of 2 on the play.
They'll give him a couple. Gannon Henrik was the first man there. So 2 more down to the 7-yard line, and still some work to do for Stanley County. 3rd and 6. The Buffs last week were 4 of 7 on 3rd down after going only 29% a year ago. 2 receivers to the right, the wide side to the left, 1 receiver split that way. Bothwell in motion to the left. Fake the handoff to him, and Zabe is wrapped up right away behind the line of scrimmage. No chance for Zabe there. Blake Jennings
with the carry, brought down by Carlson and Olsen.
Carlson were there. Carlson first, and just no chance for that play to work. That'll count as a sack. It's all the way back to the 2-yard line. Well, last week, Paxton Deal didn't have to punt. He'll have to hear from his own end zone. He is standing back near the back line. The turn man is at the 37, but it won't even make it to him. Took a left turn, then took a big DeSmet bounce. This is out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Rolls out of bounds at the Stanley County 23-yard line.
It's the 23-yard punt for Paxton Deal. And with 9:53 remaining
Bulldogs
first
take
quarter.
over 1st and 10 at the Stanley County 23-yard
No score,
line.
and DeSmet will start their first possession only 3 yards away from the red zone, with quarterback Britt Carlson, the senior. He lines up Tom on, ball wide to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Those are Gannon Heinrich and Gannon Gilligan, 2 Gannons. Now Fast breaks out of the T-back field and lines up as a split receiver to the right, and finding him with the pass on the right side. It's complete across at the 20 down to about the 19 or 18-yard line before
Fast with the catch. Brought down by Schweitzer and others.
Down over there by Barrett Schweitzer. Carlson last week had 3 touchdowns passing and another rushing against Castlewood. Gain of 5. They're in the red zone now. 2nd down and 5 for DeSmet at the Stanley County 18. No score, 9:22 in the first quarter, but DeSmet threatens after great kickoff coverage leads to good field position for them. Carlson takes the snap from the deep formation. RPO here. He's just going to take it around the left corner. 15, chased out of bounds by Brock Zabe.
Carlson with the carry, brought down by Zabe.
They'll spot it at about the 11-yard line. So the pursuit there by Zabe, but
results in a first down for the Bulldogs.
Showed last year
11-yard line.
Plenty of speed. That's good for a first down and a gain of 7. So DeSmet, who beat the Bulldogs 36-7 at Wilkinson Field last year, is trying to take the early lead here. Not even 3 minutes played. DeSmet out of the huddle, but referee Tate Schoenfelder is going to stop things, and a little bit of an equipment problem with the quarterback, Britt Carlson. Yeah, his helmet actually came off. And the rule is, when that happens, you have to sit out a play. So, Slayton Wilkinson, yes, another Wilkinson, is in his place. He's a sophomore. That Wilkinson name goes back a long, long way in DeSmet. So, how it'll stand here is that Trace Van Regenmorter lines up at the quarterback position for this play. 1st and 10 at the Stanley County 11. Left hash, here is a keep by Van Regenmorter across to the 10-yard line, down to the 5.
Van Regenmorter with the carry.
The 4. A good gain there to...
Brought down by Bame and Kolda.
The 4-yard line. Landon Bame, Case Kolda, combined on the stop. To the 4-yard line, a gain of 7. It's 2nd down and 3. Now, after sitting out a play, Carlson can come back in, and he has, but there was movement in the line, and the official stopped play, which will tell you this is likely against the DeSmet Bulldogs, and it is for a false start.
Against the Bulldogs.
So the first DeSmet penalty of the game, and the first penalty on either side will turn 2nd down and 3 into 2nd down and 8 at the Stanley County 9-yard line. 8:25, first quarter. No score here at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. DeSmet started this drive after a short punt at the Stanley County 23. This is the 4th play of the drive. Carlson lines up on ball to the left. Henrik and Gilligan to the right. A split backfield, Fast and Van Regenmorter, and it is to Van Regenmorter at right guard, but not much there because Barrett Schweitzer and Case Kolda.
Van Regenmorter with the carry, brought down by Schweitzer and Kolda.
It was stopped. There is Kolda again. Case last week had 8 tackles, 5 solo. And you heard what Coach Pitts of DeSmet said about him, and as head coach Max Fulton of the Buffs says, one of the reasons he's a captain as a sophomore. Big play here, 3rd down and 6 for DeSmet at the Stanley County 7. No score, 7:38 first quarter. 2 receivers right. Again, they're Henrik and Gilligan. To the left is on ball. Shotgun formation here for Britt Carlson, the quarterback, who throws in the right flat, and it's just overthrown for Gannon Henrik, the junior, in about the 4-yard line. Just a little
Henrik falls incomplete.
Out of his
Schweitzer
reach.
On the defense.
Schweitzer was covering, but the pass was thrown just a little bit wide. And on 4th down, DeSmet will keep the offense on the field with 7:25, first quarter, no score. Whoa, what a stop this would be for the Buffaloes if they can do it here. Henrik and Onbar wide to the right. Now they send Caden Fast out to the left. 4th and 6 DeSmet at the Stanley County 7. Big play early on in this game. Carlson in the shotgun formation again. Takes the snap. Quick throw to the right. Intercepted. Turning around is Paxton Gill. He's to the 30. To his own 40. Down the west sideline midfield. 40 of DeSmet. 30. 20. A block. A 10-yard line. He's gone. Paxton Gill runs the interception back.
Deal
Stanley County.
There is a flag on the play.
Would have their second defensive touchdown of the year, except there is a flag. It was Aaron Cantu, by the way, that fell on that ball in the end zone for Stanley County's first points last week. But it isn't going to be a defensive score here because it's holding
against the Buffaloes
on Stanley County. So, Stanley County will have the football, just not with points.
It'll be 1st and 10 Buffaloes at the Bulldog 21-yard line.
The hold was at the 11, boy, way downfield, and probably Didn't have anything to do with a play. That is tough for Stanley County. 6:46 left in the first quarter, but what an opportunity here for Stanley County. They're going to start just outside the red zone after a hydration break, so we'll take an Agtegra timeout. Wow, what a turn of events here. No score, but Stanley County in good field position with 6:46 left in the first quarter. We'll be back in 1 minute to Ole Williamson Field here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Not quite as long as a break as we figured, but it has gone all right for Stanley County after that short break as Brock Zabe found Brendan Bothwell right down the middle to put Stanley County on top. And once again, although they do it through the air this time, it's a one-play scoring drive. Give 85 yards officially to, or at least how we're counting it, on Paxton Deal on that interception. The holding penalty prevented the touchdown, but only for one play, and it's 6-0 Stanley County. And Brock Zabe sets the Buffs up for a 2-point conversion at the end zone to our right. But a little movement in the line
Flag on the play.
Going to bring this play back 5 yards. And after the false start, Stanley County will have to line up from the 8-yard line of DeSmet instead of the 3. But what a play by Paxton Deal. He turned around, anticipated that play, and nobody was going to catch Paxton. After 6 interceptions a year ago, his first of this season. Now the try for 2 from the 8-yard line of DeSmet. Stanley County up 6-0. Bothwell, who just caught the touchdown pass, is in motion to the left. 3 receivers now that way to the left. Snap back is to Zabe, and Brock wants a block, but it's not coming, and he is pushed back by Sam Gigoff. However, Stanley County
Zabe with the carry brought down by Gigoff. Extra point is no good for the Buffaloes.
An Integra timeout. Acres Ag can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. 0. The touchdown pass from Zabe to Bothwell, and it's Stanley County 6 DeSmet 0 with 6:41 left in the first quarter at Ole Williamson Field. And more action for you in 30 seconds here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
For over 130 years, Bank West has earned long-term customer relationships by continually adapting to current customer needs while never losing touch with its South Dakota roots. With all our branches and our corporate offices firmly rooted in South Dakota, you can count on Bank West for solutions and service backed by hometown values. We've been there and we'll be there. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Learn more at bankwest-sd.bank. Member FDIC.
And also Caden Fast. Cantu from left to right, boots in there. Keeping away from Fast, that's a good idea. At the 13, it's Henrik. Left sideline, 25, 30, 35, and finally brought down across to his own
Henrik
37.
with the return for the Bulldogs, brought
Good
down by Richardson.
Return there, Cash. Richardson was finally able to make the hit for Stanley County, and a 24-yard return
Bulldogs
will
will
set
start 1st and 10 at their 37-yard line.
DeSmet up at their 37-yard line, 6-0 Stanley County. They never led in the game in DeSmet a year ago. Actually make it the 36-yard line. But anyway, that's where DeSmet will begin. They had a 4th and goal at the 7 of Stanley County, and Deal had the interception. Now a 9th player on the field very late, which will give us a chance to do this.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KTFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Arrive alive, don't text and drive.
DeSmet out of the huddle, 1st and 10 from their 36-yard line. Down 6-0 to Stanley County, 6:36 left in the first quarter. Quarterback Britt Carlson in the shotgun. Single setback, 3 receivers to the right. Looking at a 4-man front. And Carlson with the option. Turns the left corner, 36. Oh, he is paraded by Brock Zabe. Just leaned his shoulder into him and put him down.
By Zabe.
After a gain of just less than 4. Gave him 4 to the 40, but Brock Zabe let him know he was hit. If it were hockey, it would have been a shoulder check. Well, I guess you can call it that here, too. 2nd down and 6 just outside their own 40 for DeSmet. Hard-nosed Brock Zabe on both ends of the field. Now, Slade Wilkinson has to come off the field. They have 2 men in the huddle, so they can call it. Snap back is to Carlson. Throwing one down the middle, off the hands of Zabe, and then off the hands of Weston Prince and incomplete. That ball was nearly intercepted twice. Zabe got a hand on it, then Weston Prince couldn't quite hold it. The pass was intended on ball.
Carlson's pass intended for on ball. Broken up by Prince.
And that'll make it 3rd down and a long 6 for DeSmet at their own 40. 2 receivers to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Fast to the left again. He's dangerous. He always tends to do something for this team, and he takes the throw after. Great catch. And it's 45 to midfield and down to the Stanley County 48, 1st down. That ball was a little high.
Pass is complete to Fast.
But Fast recovered, made a nice catch. Dylan Schrake made the stop, and it's at the 47-yard line of Stanley County for a 1st down and a gain of 13. And the 2nd completion for Carlson. 6-0 Stanley County. 5:18 first quarter. From right to left, DeSmet is 1st and 10 to the Stanley County 47. Left hash, wide side right. 2 receivers that way. And Carlson just off the RPO takes it up the middle himself. 45, 44, maybe the 43-yard line before he was stopped by Noah Baldwin.
Carlson with the keeper brought down by Baldwin.
Baldwin didn't start the game tonight, but he is in there now. And he held Carlson to a 4-yard gain. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Stanley County has taken the early lead on a Brock Zabe touchdown pass to Brendan Bothwell after a long interception returned by Paxton Deal. 2nd and 6 DeSmet, Stanley County 43. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Shotgun for Carlson, snaps back to him. Good protection, throw right. Once Fast, overthrew him at the 24-yard line of Stanley County.
Intended for pass, ball incomplete.
Paxton Deal was keeping up with Fast in the coverage, but the ball was thrown a little wide. And Carlson started just 2 for 6 for 18 yards. And DeSmet now facing 3rd and 6 from the Stanley County 43, down 6-0 to SC, 4:30 in the first quarter. DeSmet 1 for 2 on 3rd down. On ball wide to the right, slot right is Henrik. Receiver to the left also. Snap back to the quarterback. Carlson in some trouble. Breaks away from it. Runs to the 45 to the 40. Up the middle, 35. 30 of Stanley County. 1st down. Breaks another tackle. 20 at the 15 before he's finally dragged out of bounds by Brock Zabe.
Carlson at the run.
Well, what a scramble there, but Carlson did the job. And moved it all the way to the 15-yard line.
15-yard line.
Of Stanley County for a gain of 28. He had to run about 40, but he gained 28 and sets DeSmet up in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the SC 15. They had it to the 7-yard line of the bus in their first possession before the interception. 4:18 in the first quarter, 6-0 Stanley County in front. Snap back to Carlson, handed to Van Regenmorter. Through right guard, nothing doing because Case Cold is there
Van Regenmoor
again.
with the carry. Kolda on the tackle.
There is Kolda, who held him to a yard. There was a gap in what the coaches call the B gap, but Kolda closed it up quickly. The 5'9", 180-pound sophomore. Say that's a nose tackle? Well, he's there because he is so doggone quick. 2nd and 9, DeSmet at the Stanley County 14. Two receivers to the left, Henrik and Ombaugh. Gilligan to the right. Split backfield, Fast and Van Regenmoor. In the shotgun, Carlson nearly in between them. Snaps a little low. Carlson takes it up the middle. 15-yard line. Here comes a flag. Carlson is down inside the 10.
Brought down by Zabe and Shrake.
By
There's a flag
Rylan
on the play.
Shrake, but the flag came out as the play was in progress, which makes you think it's against DeSmet, and Tate Schoenfelder is going to tell us, yep, it's a hold
Holding
on
against the Bulldogs.
DeSmet for the second penalty on the Bulldogs. The line of scrimmage was the 14. You mark it off from where the penalty happened. So it's back to the 24-yard line of Stanley County. And that makes it 2nd and long. 2nd down and 19 now for DeSmet. 3:29 left in the first quarter. Stanley County up 6-0. So DeSmet set back, at least for the one by the penalty. So they send Fast to the right. Hendrick a slot left, on ball wide left on 2nd down and 19. Shotgun formation again for Carlson. Not terribly deep. Quick throw right, knocked down. He wanted Fast, but it was knocked down.
Pass intended for Fast.
By Barrett
Schweitzer.
Schweitzer. Excellent play there. Good anticipation. Schweitzer with the breakup. Leaving 3rd down and 19 for DeSmet at the Stanley County 24. Well, they had to go to 4th down on that first possession. And you would think Carlson will put it in the air again. On ball wide left. Gilligan and Henrik to the right. Split backfield. Snap is to Carlson. Rolls right. Moves the pocket. Nobody open. So he runs, takes a hit, and is down inside the 20.
Carlson with the carry, brought down by Zabe.
Yard line. Brock Zabe ended the play there. A little bit of a scramble there. So they gain the 10 yards back that they lost on the penalty, but that still makes it 4th and long for DeSmet. It's 4th and 9. And we told you what happened on the 4th down play in their first possession. They're the 4th down again. 2:40 in the first quarter. Stanley County up 6-0 over DeSmet. From right to left, going toward the south end zone. 4th and 9 at the Stanley County 14. Two receivers right and one to the left. Blitz look here by Blaze Frost. Pump fake, now a throw to the left by Carlson. It is taken in by Deal. Another interception in the end zone.
Carlson's pass is intercepted.
He stepped right in front of Tom Onbaugh.
Stanley County will get it 1st and 10 at their
Paxton
20-yard
Deal
line.
has his second interception of the game. This one's in the end zone, and that means a touchback. And with 2:22 left in the first quarter, Stanley County turns away DeSmet again. Bulldogs had the ball over 4 minutes, 10 plays, 50 yards, 4:19, but come away with nothing. And Stanley County from their own 21st and 10. But before the play can stop, officials are going to stop things because Stanley County takes the first of their 3 first half timeouts. An Actegra timeout. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Actegra cooperative today. We'll take 30 with 2:22 left in the first. SC 6, DeSmet nothing. Back to Ole Williamson Field in 30 seconds on KGFX.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Career interception number 8 for Paxton Deal, and his second of this game, third for Stanley County. Remember, we told you last week they had 16 last year, so they're at least on that pace again. And they turn DeSmet away for a second time and hold on to the 6-0 lead. And after the Stanley County timeout with 2:22 left in the first quarter, the Buffs are 1st and 10 from their own 20. Brock Zaves in the shotgun this time with 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right, and a rolling snap, also with a lineman moving, is going to lead to a Stanley County false start in the third penalty on the Buffs. And they'll be back to their 15. Well, Stanley County got away with giving DeSmet great field position earlier in this first quarter. They don't want to do that again to this team that can strike quickly. 1st and 15 for Stanley County from their 15. Richardson and Deal are lined up wide to the right. And 2 receivers also to the left. Oh, in fact, we got a 5-receiver set here. Empty backfield beside Zabe, who throws on the right flat and away from Bothwell and incomplete.
Intended for Bothwell, falls incomplete.
Just threw it a little bit
down for the Buffalo.
wide out of Brendan's reach at his own 23-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 15. 81 yards for DeSmet, only 20 for Stanley County. And a lot of those came on that touchdown pass. 2nd down, 15 SC from their 15. 2:18 in the first. Stanley County up 6-0. Under center this time, and an off-tackle play right up the middle, and not much yardage gained here by Barrett Schweitzer. Only about 2 or 3, but
Schweitzer
here comes
on the carry.
another
There's a
flag.
on the play.
We're going to talk to DeSmet, so it's another one on Stanley County. This will
Holding
be
against the Buffalo.
4th penalty on the Buffs, and this one's for a hold. So DeSmet certainly, you would imagine, would take this even though the play didn't gain much. You want, if you're DeSmet, to push Stanley County back here in their own territory deep. It is half the distance. It's spotted back at the 7-yard line. And that'll make it 2nd down and 23. Zabe under center. See if they run to try to gain a little more yardage here for 3rd down. That snap! Ball loose on the ground. DeSmet may have recovered this, and they did. A bad exchange. Never made it.
Fumble on the play, recovered by Carlson.
To Zabe, and it is Britt Carlson who recovers on the bad snap.
1st and 10 at the Stanley County 8-yard line.
And this is going to put DeSmet at the Stanley County 8-yard line with 2:10 left in the first quarter. Well, a big play here. Carlson made the recovery. And a toss left. Trying to turn the corner is fast. He is to the 5 before he's forced out of bounds. It may have been
with the carry,
too late.
By Zabe.
Brock Zabe.
There is a flag on the play.
May have grabbed him, may have grabbed the face mask, in fact.
Face mask against the Buffalo.
It is indeed a face mask on Stanley County. So Fast had the carry to the 4 for a gain of 4. To the 6, I should say, for a gain of 2. Then the penalty's half the distance to the goal. And that'll make it 1st down and goal at the 3-yard line. And the snap is to Carlson. Britt, the quarterback, off one tackle, lunges forward. He's close, but he's not quite there.
Carlson with the keeper, brought down by Kolda.
As he was stopped by Kolda. Automatic 1st down, of course, on that face mask. And then the keeper by Carlson for a couple of yards. So with 1:40 left in the first quarter, DeSmet's a yard away from tying the game. Stanley County leads 6-0. Clock runs down to 1:31. Second and goal at the Stanley County 1-yard line. Two receivers to the left, but there's a lot Carlson can do, and that's move behind that big line he has in front of him. And he just burrows his way straight ahead, and he's into the end zone for a DeSmet touchdown. Britt Carlson has his second rushing touchdown of the year, the tie of the game with 1:13 left in the first quarter. So DeSmet comes back off the fumble recovery. Stanley County with a turnover. They had 4 of them last week and still won. They'll keep the offense on the field, go for 2, and try to take the lead for the first time tonight. Two receivers right, fastest split to the left. Carlson in the shotgun. And a throw right wide open on the right side for Gannon Heinrich, who scores the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion is good for the Bulldogs.
DeSmet in front.
That brings your score. The Bulldogs 8, the Buffaloes 6.
1:13 left in the first quarter, and DeSmet's now on top of Stanley County by
Buffalo
a score
fans, tomorrow we have volleyball
of
8-6,
and we'll return to Ole Williamson Field in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Well, only an 8-yard drive after the fumble recovery for DeSmet. 3 plays, 1:09. Carlson had the keeper and then threw to Gavin Hendrick for the 2-point conversion, and DeSmet has grabbed the lead at 8-6. Stanley County scored first on the Zabe touchdown pass to Bothwell. Now Carlson from right to left. Britt Carlson will kick. He does a whole lot for this team. 2 deep men for Stanley County back at around their 15-yard line. Bothwell is 1. And an end-over-end kick. Bothwell runs up on it at his 17 to the 20. At the left hash, 25-30. Breaks to left sideline, 40 to midfield. Still running. Breaks one tackle, 40. Cuts right to the 30. To the 20. To the 10. Bye, baby! Brendan Bothwell! An 83-yard touchdown! And he just outran everyone. He only had to break a tackle and a half. And Stanley County, just like that, has the lead back. Maybe the biggest asset for the Stanley County team is their speed. And we saw last year that Brendan Bothwell has plenty of it. Stanley County leads again 12-8, and they'll go for 2 to try to make the lead 6. 2 receivers to the left. Another exciting start. Snap it a little high. Zabel was able to throw, but throws to no one.
Zabe's pass intended for Deal falls incomplete.
Deal didn't cut back. However, Stanley County leads just like that again. A minute left in
point attempt is no good for
the first quarter. We'll take a break. Stanley County leads DeSmet by a score of 12-8, and we're back in 30 seconds. You're on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Once again,
excitement at Ole Williamson Field, and Brendan Bothwell's 83-yard kickoff return for a touchdown after DeSmet had taken the lead. Now Stanley County has it back at 12-8 with exactly 1 minute remaining in another entertaining first quarter. Boy, if we had 2 entertaining first quarters in a row. You can watch this game, remember, the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app, brought to you by Bauman Lumber. Once again, Mr. Brian Menning handling the video. And remember, in our Family Dental Appear in Gettysburg post-game show, our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game will be named. Cantu ready to kick. This could be an interesting season, couldn't it? Henrik and Fast wait back for DeSmet. Around their 15. Cantu with an end-over-end kick. Fast runs up on it from his 18. Cuts left at the 20, 25-yard line. Hole for him. 30, 40, his own 45, and finally tripped up by Deal near midfield.
Fast with the return, brought down by Richardson.
Fast.
Bulldogs take over 1st and 10 at their 49-yard line.
So versatile, a returner for this team too, but with very, very good speed. That is a 31-yard return for Fast to his 49-yard line, and the field position good for DeSmet. They're down 12-8 with 51 seconds left in a fun first quarter at Only Williamson Field. We're glad you are with us. Two receivers to the left, that's the short side. They line up at the left hash, but Carlson says, hey, Slayton Wilkinson, go over here. And he does line up to the right. 1st and 10 from their 49 for DeSmet. Snap back, throw in the left flat. Henrik caught it, ran over a Buffalo at the 47-yard line of Stanley County, and then forced down a bounds at the 46.
Brought down by Cantu.
Here in Cantu, recovered to make the stop. They will spot him at the 47 for a gain of 4. Clock stopped as the play went out of bounds. Now at 45 seconds remaining. First quarter. DeSmet still with a big advantage in yardage. 90, only 21 yards from Stanley County from the line of scrimmage, but those came on a score and the kickoff return for the latest points. Second down, 6 for DeSmet at the Stanley County 47. Handoff and a stretch play to Gilligan, but there's Case Colda again with a good hit again in the open field to stop him. Just across the 45, and that'll make it 3rd down and 4. 24 seconds remaining. First quarter and a good one so far. 12-8 Stanley County on top. DeSmet, white tops, maroon numerals and letters, maroon pants, trimmed in gold. Maroon and gold are their colors. They won't snap the ball as the first quarter comes to an end. And what a first quarter. Stanley County with the lead thanks to big plays. On the Wegner Auto scoreboard, they have a 12-8 victory lead over DeSmet. No victories here yet, and Wegner Auto is the one place to go. We'll return with the second quarter from Fort Pierre in 1 minute here on 1060 103.1 KGFX and at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Stanley County had the ball for only 2:25 in the first quarter and had only 21 yards of offense, yet they're leading by a score of 12-8. The long interception returned by Paxton Deal set up the Bronx Abe touchdown pass. And then, of course, the second score came on the 83-yard kickoff return for a score by Brendan Bothwell. Britt Carlson has a touchdown run for DeSmet, who starts the second quarter. Third down, they need a little under 4. They're at the Stanley County 45 and now moving from left to right, from south to north. And Colda, as they wanted to blitz Stanley County, Colda encroached his way across the line. I'm pretty sure he was not drawn, and he was not. It's an offside penalty against Stanley County, and that's an automatic first down for DeSmet at the Stanley County 40. Ooh, penalties like that can hurt you, and that's the 6th penalty already on Stanley County for 36 yards. And DeSmet has a fresh set of downs on 1st and 10 on the back half of the Stanley County 40. Run onto the eye this time. Hand it to Henrik up the middle. Hole 35, but here comes a flag. Henrik is down at the 33-yard line of Stanley County. But again, that flag came out right after the ball was snapped, and it's a hold on DeSmet
against the Bulldogs.
And that's going to be the 3rd penalty on the visitors, who have 92 yards of offense after that first play of this quarter. 21 for Stanley County. They'll walk it off from the 38, and then that will bring it back to the 48. It's 10 yards from where the penalty happened. They lose 8 yards, so it's 1st and 18 for DeSmet at the Stanley County 48. Just underway, second quarter, Stanley County on top in an entertaining game so far, 12-8. Britt Carlson from the shotgun. Little toss pitch on the left side to Fast, and takes a hard hit near the 45-yard line. Whoa, Dylan Shrake and Landon Bame combined. I think it was Shrake that got the lick in first, and brother did he hit him and held him to a gain of 3. So 2nd down and 15. Carlson, by the way, is 56 yards rushing so far on 7 carries. He had that 28-yard run in the first quarter. Carlson is 3 for 9 passing for 22 yards. Fast has 2 of the catches. 2nd and 15 to DeSmet at the Stanley County 45. About a minute gone in the second quarter. Split right, wide left. From the left hash, wide side to the right for Carlson in the shotgun. Snap to him. Fake, throw right. Henrik caught it in the flat. 45, tackle broken. Right sideline, 40. 30 of Stanley County, out of bounds near the 25. They'll spot him at the 26 for a gain of 19. But a good play there and a little screen to Henrik. They'll spot it at the 27, so it's an 18-yard gain. And DeSmet has first down number 6. Stanley County has had only 1 so far. 5th play coming up in this drive for DeSmet. It started at their 49, now at the Stanley County 27, 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Split backfield, they're behind. Carlson is in the shotgun, fake the handoff, roll right on the RPO. Carlson is down to the Stanley County 25.
Down by Colda,
but once again, it's Colda with the first play. Helped out by Landon Bame. Held Carlson to a couple and makes it 2nd and long for DeSmet, who has certainly had most of the possession, but the long kickoff return score by Brendan Bothwell at the moment is the difference. 12-8 Stanley County, 10-10 first half. 2nd and 8 from left to right. DeSmet's at the Stanley County 25. On-ball is to the left, that's the wide side. 2 receivers to the right. Henrik in the slot, and Gilligan is wide, and the handoff is to Van Regenmorter. 1 tackle broken, 20, not too far from that first down.
By Cantu and
18 or 17. Van Regenmorter is stopped by Aaron Cantu. And they will put it down at the 17-yard line. And that's exactly where they needed for the first down. 1st and 10 to DeSmet. Stanley County 17, down 12-8 to SC. 9:48 first half. 2 receivers left. A pitch left, and this is Fast. Once a block from Van Regenmorter, turns the corner, 10-yard line, but a flag. All may have been a hold there, as Fast was able to turn that corner and move it outside before Barrett Schweitzer caught up to him. But DeSmet may be set back here, as Tate Schoenfelder says. What does he say? Got to be against DeSmet. It is. It's a hold.
Holding against the Bulldogs.
That'll be the 4th penalty on DeSmet. Back to the 27-yard line of Stanley County. 1st and 20. So seems when DeSmet makes progress, then they hurt themselves with a penalty, and they've done so again. 1st and 20 at the Stanley County 27 from left to right. Lovely evening here at Ole Williamson Field. A little more comfortable than last week. Just about anything is. Snap is to Carlson, and a toss right to Van Reggen. Motor cuts back up the middle, 25 to the 20-yard line, down near the 15. Good little misdirection play. Save was there at the end of it. No, good play there. Nice cut back from right to left by Trace Van Reggenmorter. A gain of 11 down to the 16 yard line of Stanley County. They'll make it 2nd and still 9, but gained all the penalty yardage back +1. 8:48 in the first half. DeSmet driving, trailing Stanley County 12-8. Fast wide to the left. Slot right, Henrik. Wide right, on ball. In the backfield is the junior Gannon Gilligan. Shotgun for the senior quarterback, Britt Carlson. Stanley County shows splits off and kicks. Hold it, came across the line of scrimmage again. A little too eager again. He was called for encroachment earlier, and he is again. So that makes it 2nd and short. Stanley County is called for offside for the 2nd time. So make it down to the 11-yard line, and 2nd and 9 becomes 2nd and 4. And that is 7 penalties already on Stanley County for 41 yards. 8:32 with the clock stopped in the first half. Now to run again. DeSmet has certainly had the advantage in possession, but they don't at the moment on the scoreboard. From the left hash, wide side right. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right on 2nd and 4 from the Stanley County 11-yard line for the DeSmet Bulldogs. 1 after the winner of Castlewood last week. Fake the throw by Carlson, now lobbing it toward the end zone and just threw it out of play because he was going for on ball, but Weston Prince was covering him pretty well.
Prince on the defense.
And now make it 3rd down and 4. Again, 3rd and short. It's worked in one instance tonight for DeSmet, who've had the ball nearly 5 minutes on this drive. This will be the 9th play of it. They're 2 of 4 in this game on 3rd down. On ball wide left, slot left Henrik. And fast is wide to the right. 3rd and 4 at the Stanley County 11 for DeSmet. Snap back and just straight ahead runs Carlson to the 10, to the 5. He has 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line before he is brought down by Zabe, who then helps him up. But just a sprint keeper there by Carlson for 9 yards to the 2-yard line of Stanley County, and DeSmet's in shape now. 1st and goal at the SC2. Just under 8 minutes left in the first half. They had a good drive earlier. They've now outgained Stanley County so far in this game, 143 yards to 21. For the moment, they're trailing, but maybe not for long. 1st and goal, DeSmet, Stanley County's 2. At the end to our right, fast wide to the left. Henrik slot line, Augenball is wide to the right. In the backfield is Gilligan. Man in motion, that's fast, and the fake to him. Carlson faked the handoff to him, went right up the middle, trying to reach it over the goal line. Did he make it? He did. Britt Carlson.
Carlson with the carry.
Has his 2nd touchdown, keeper of the game, and gives DeSmet the lead back at 14-12 with 7:23 to go in the first half. Completing a good drive, 51 yards, but DeSmet ate up some time, 5 minutes and 37 seconds on the 10-play drive. And Carlson is now up to 69 yards on 10 carries with his 2 scores. They'll try for a 4-point lead with a 2-pointer, keeping the offense on the field. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Carlson takes the snap, looks right, now looks left, throws left, and Henrik is able to hang on right at the left pylon.
For the Bulldogs.
All you need is to reach that ball across the line, and Henrik did, and the 2-pointer works. And DeSmet's lead is 4, and we'll take a break. 7:23 left in the first half at Ole Williamson Field. DeSmet leads again over Stanley County, 16-12. Back in 30 seconds on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We told you what DeSmet did on the drive, but they got a little help. 2 offside penalties on Stanley County, one which led to a first down, and that helped the DeSmet drive along. Carlson ended with a 2-yard keeper for the score and then passed it to Gannon Henrik for the 2-point conversion.
At the
and
end of the first quarter, the ball did land on the 45 north yard line. And we
has regained the lead by a score of 16-12 over Stanley County.
Denise, just
from left to right,
check in with the booster
Rick
club.
Carlson will kick.
To buy a yard line.
There awaits Brendan Bothwell at his 14. You would imagine they wouldn't put it toward him, but if they put it toward Paxton Deal, he can fly too. So let's see where it is put. It's an end-over-end kick. Bothwell's going to run up on it at his 23. Brendan to the 25, cuts left in traffic, made it to his 29. That's all this time.
With the return, brought down by Fast.
Caden Fast was there to stop him, and
Stanley County will start first and
stop
10
more excitement from Brendan. 6-yard return, and Stanley County wants to get this offense going. Again, only 21 yards of offense so far in this game, and on only 3 carries, rushing -2 after the big 311-yard game last week in Oneida. In our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg postgame, we'll name our Bauman Lumber player of the game. Remember, Bauman Lumber gives you the chance to watch this game at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. From right to left, Stanley County is 1st and 10 from their 29. Left hash wide side to the right. 3 receivers to the right, 2 in a slot and 1 right. 5 receivers set, in fact, for Zabe, who looks to the right. Bothwell catches 35, 40, first down. Brought down by Gilligan at his 41. Just a little quick hitch
by Gilligan.
there.
That results in a first down for the Buffaloes. 1st and 10 at their 40-yard line.
To Bothwell. They'll spot it at the, call it the 40. Just outside the 40. Yeah, move it ahead forward. So statistically, let's call it the 41 for a gain of 12 and a first down. Zabe now 3 of 4 for 35 yards. That's Bothwell's second catch. The other, of course, was for the touchdown. 1st and 10 SC from their 41. 2 receivers right now. One of them, Bothwell's in motion, and they hand it to Brendan. Once a block, gets away from Fast, back at his 41. But then Carlson brought him down, but may have grabbed the face mask as he did.
Carlson, there is a flag
back
on the
at the 42. Well, a well-designed play.
There are 2 flags on the play.
Well, there are a couple of flags to sort out here, so let's see what we have with 6:46 in the first half and DeSmet leading 16-12. The hit was high by Carlson and may have come across the face mask. Are the 2 flags for the 1 infraction, or do we have 2 infractions here? Tate Schoenfelder has it to work out. Stanley County got called for a hold.
Holding against the Buffaloes.
And that's all there is. There was no infraction on the tackle. Or was there? Well, the ball's still going to be at the 40. The hold was upfield. That's what happened. So they only lose a yard. And so it's 1st and 11 for Stanley County at their 40. Interesting decision there to not take the penalty. Zabe in trouble, dropped the ball. Schweitzer's able to pick it up. Barrett to the 45-yard line to midfield. That stretches across for the first down. Well, that could have been disaster for Stanley County, but the alert Barrett Schweitzer is able to
play results in a first
pick
down
it
for
up.
The Buffaloes. 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 49
and run it to the 49-yard line of DeSmet for a first down. How about that? Well, that was a very alert play by Barrett. Saw the ball was loose, just picked it up, and then he ran for 11 yards, which is exactly what they needed. 1st and 10, Stanley County now into DeSmet territory at the 49-yard line. 5:55 in the first half. What an entertaining game, 16-12, DeSmet on top. Stanley County moving. I mean, DeSmet could have had that ball near the 35-yard line. Zabe sets his team. Wing to the right, Bothwell in motion. Will they hand it to him? Nope, fake it to him. And a little counter. It is Schweitzer up the middle. Barrett with an ankle tackle across his 45-yard line and down to about the 47. Trace Van Regenmorter got a hand on Barrett.
With the tackle.
But it's a good gain to the 43-yard line
A long 4 for the Buffalo.
of DeSmet, Stanley County, 2nd and 6. They have 2 timeouts. They still have 5:10 left in the first half. A lot of time. They're down to DeSmet 16-12. Under center is Zabe with a pitch right to Schweitzer. Once a block. 40-yard line at the left hash. Down to the 35-yard line in Stanley County. Moves the sticks.
Carry brought down by Fast. Play results in a first down for the Buffalo.
Fast was in at the end of the play, but Schweitzer with a good play off the pitch, though, spotted to the 36-yard line for a gain of 7. So Stanley County's now in positive yardage rushing. In fact, Schweitzer's up to 26 yards now on 3 carries. Deal wide to the right. Bothwell a slot right. Wide to the left is Cuborn. 1st and 10 for SC at the DeSmet 36. Shotgun for Zabe. Beside him, Richardson in the backfield. Roll right. Moves the pocket right. Caught by Bothwell. Nice stretch for the catch. At the
Zabe's pass is complete.
28-yard line, down near that first down marker at the 26. Tom Ombaugh made the stop. They need right at the 26 for the first down, and they may
have an official's timeout.
Take something that you don't know. They're not going to take a measurement. They're going to say it's right at a 10-yard gain and a first down.
At the DeSmet 26-yard line.
So Stanley County had only 1 first down before this drive, and now this is their 4th first down on this drive. That started at their 29. Now they're at the DeSmet 26, 1st and 10. Plenty of time still in the first half, 4:36. DeSmet leading 16-12. On a fun game so far at Ole Williamson Field. Both teams 1-0. Remember, Stanley County has not started 2-0 since 2005. In fact, they started 6-0 that season. 1st and 10, Stanley County. DeSmet's 26. Zabe is under center. Handed to Schweitzer. Left guard, 24-22, 20-yard line, about 6.
Schweitzer with the carry, brought down by
Trace Van Regenmorter was in with the hit first, but another good gain for Barrett Schweitzer on first down. 6 more.
Gain of 6 on
That'll bring it up second down and 4 as the clock winks down to 4 minutes to go in this first half. Zabe a touchdown pass to Brendan Bothwell, who also has a kickoff return for a score. 2 rushing touchdowns for Britt Carlson for DeSmet, who leads 16-12. 2nd and 4, Stanley County from right to left. DeSmet 20. Pitch left to Schweitzer. Turns the corner, 15. Back up the middle, 10. 5, touchdown!
Touchdown, Buffalo!
The cutback by Barrett Schweitzer did it off the pitch. Nobody then had an angle of pursuit. And Stanley County has regained the lead with 3:36 left in the first half at 18-16 as SC completes a 71-yard drive in 7 plays, and they took 3:47 there. Zabe had the big keeper on the drive. Plenty of first downs on this drive. Brock Zabe keeps the offense on the field as they go for 2. 3 receivers to the left. Shotgun for Zabe and a pitch right. Good catch by Richardson. Runs a man over and steps across the goal line. And the 2-point conversion is good. And now Stanley County is back on top as we take a break with 3:36 left in the first half. Now it's Stanley County 20, DeSmet 16. Back in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
Stanley County, 7 plays 71 yards, 3:47 ends in the Barrett Schweitzer 20-yard touchdown. 5 first downs on the drive. Pierre, with their opener tonight in Aberdeen against Aberdeen Central, late first half, leading the Golden Eagles 12-0. That game is on the official voice of the Pierre Governors River 92.7, where Governor Volleyball will be there tomorrow, 1:30 for game match number 2 of the season against Rapid City Central. The Governors are playing Rapid City Stevens in the opener tonight. Twins baseball back here on KGFX tomorrow from Target Field. How about that win for the Twins last night with Ryan Jeffers, big 2-run pinch homer in the bottom of the 8th, sending them past Texas 7-5. They're playing tonight. We'll update you on that at the half, but it's a 5:30 airtime for the Twins and Rangers tomorrow here on KGFX and 12 noon with Inside Twins on Sunday.
Fans, I've been asked to announce it's Brian Zabe's birthday.
But not
today.
only that, I get to go because it'll be my honor to represent DRG Media Group. It is Treasure Island Baseball Network Affiliate Appreciation Day tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Looking forward to seeing Corey and all the good people there again. Paul Molitor is going to speak at our event tomorrow, so that'll be fun to hear him. DeSmet now with the yardage advantage of 145-93, but of course the 71-yard drive for Stanley
if
County.
If anybody else gets up here with 5, I'll give it away too.
Let's put them back in front. I've done basketball games with fewer lead changes than this. We've already had several. And happy birthday, by the way, is being sung to Brian Zabe. And Scotty Vandenham will just cause us more trouble. Our friend doing PA here at Ole Williamson Field. Even Cantu's ready to kick. Fast and Henrik wait back at around their 15. And Cantu puts a really good boot into it. Makes it to the end zone. How about that?
Aaron Cantu.
Henrik had a notion about bringing that back, but he just watched that sail over his head. And DeSmet must start
over 1st and 10 at their
back at their 20. I think that was a big surprise for the Bulldogs. They didn't expect that. We have not seen many touchbacks in 3 seasons, plus the 4th now following Stanley County. So DeSmet back at their 20, all 3 of their timeouts, but still 3:36 left in the half. DeSmet put together a good drive last time to take the lead back, but Stanley County has snatched it back away. 1st and 10 from left to right. DeSmet's at their 20. White tops, maroon pants. Fast in an orbit motion. Fake the pitch to him to Van Regenmorter up the middle, 25, 30. First down. He is down across the 30 and near his 31.
Van Regenmorter with the carry, brought down by Bain.
Landon Bain caught up with him, but that's a nice job there on that orbit motion to make it look like they were going to do a little sweep with Fast, and then just went off tackle to Van Regenmorter, and he gained 11. He's up to 40 yards on 6 carries. And DeSmet is 1st and 10 from their 31. In the huddle. Yes, a few teams do huddle still. 3:20 in the first half. 20-16, Stanley County on top in a very entertaining game. Right hash, wide side left, 2 receivers left. Shotgun for Britt Carlson. Just a little stretch up the middle for Gannon Henrik, but not much at left guard. 1 or 2 because there's Case Kolda again waiting for him. They're only going to give him a yard to the 32-yard line, and it's 2nd down and 9 for DeSmet. 2:45 in the half. Well, they're still going back to the huddle. They still have all of their timeouts to use. What they do may depend on what they do in these next couple of plays as far as starting to stop the clock. Two receivers left, a pitch to the right to Van Regenmorter. Wants a block, it's not coming, and near his 33
Van Regenmorter
or
with the
4.
carry, taken out of
Van
bounds by
Regenmorter
Richardson.
is brought down on a good play by Cash Richardson. Official says keep running that clock because the play was ended in bounds. Held into a 3-yard gain, and now DeSmet faces 3rd and 6 from their 35, down to 2:06 in the first half. Clock keeps running. DeSmet trailing Stanley County 20-6, but they've had the ball over 15 and a half minutes in this first half. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for DeSmet. Wide sides to the left, they're from the right hash. Shotgun snap to Carlson. Throws down the middle, overthrown, intercepted. Brock Zabe at the 48 of DeSmet. 40, 35, 30. Brought down by Wilkinson at the 29.
Intercepted by Zabe.
Carlson is intercepted for the 3rd time. An overthrown ball.
First and 10 at the Bulldog 29.
And intercepted by Zabe for his first of the season. And he brought it back from the DeSmet 48 to the Bulldog 29. And Stanley County, with 1:38 left in the first half, has a chance to widen their lead. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Well, DeSmet didn't use any timeouts, but there's still a little time for the Buffs. 1st and 10, DeSmet 29. Left hash, wide side right. Fake it to Richardson. Zabe in some trouble. Trying to break away from pressure, and he's back to his 30 before he was brought down by Gannon Gilligan. It's going to count as a sack because it's behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard back to the 30. Stanley County, well, they let the clock run for the moment. 1:13 and a half. They're 2nd and 11 at the DeSmet 30, up 20-16. Trying to take advantage of the Zabe interception. Brock is under center. Wing to the left. Pitch left to Schweitzer. Turns the corner, wants a block. 30-yard line, 25, 20. Cuts left, trying to get out of bounds. He does inside the 20-yard line of
play results in a first down for the Buffaloes.
DeSmet. Trace Van Regenmorter with a stop, but it's a first down for 15 yards at the DeSmet 15. Down to 50 seconds. And Stanley County got the play out of bounds, so they didn't have to use a timeout. They still have 2 remaining, and they're up 20-6. 3 interceptions by Britt Carlson. And this one could cost DeSmet dearly. Q Bourne is a tight end to the left. No wideouts here. 1st and 10, DeSmet 15. Off tackle up the middle. It is Schweitzer across the 10-yard line. Brought down on an ankle tackle by On-Ball inside the 10. Spot that.
Gain of 8 on the play.
All the way down to the 7. That'll make it 2nd and goal. Again, they don't use a timeout and run it off tackle with Schweitzer again. They need the 5 for the first down.
Timeout, Buffalo.
Now Stanley County's going to call a timeout. And Schweitzer again had the carry. And Stanley County takes timeout. We'll keep it here on this Agtegra timeout with 22 seconds left in the first half. 20-16, Stanley County leading DeSmet and trying to add to that lead. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. The ball is just outside the 5-yard line. It's 3rd down, less than a yard to go. Stanley County has a 20-16 lead. They have started this drive after a Brock Zabe interception. Garrett Schweitzer has a touchdown run. Brock Zabe a touchdown pass for Stanley County, and Brendan Bothwell a kickoff return for a score. For CHS River Plains halftime report, we'll look back at this exciting first half and tell you about other scores too. What a game this has been. And Stanley County is serving notice.
Once again, Buff fans, volleyball tomorrow at Park.
You can play with some talented teams beating Sully Buttes. I'll say it again, that Sully Buttes team is going to be there when it counts, I feel, and I think Stanley County does too. And now ahead of a very good DeSmet team. Third down, less than a yard, just outside the DeSmet 5-yard line. Zabe with a pitch left. It's Schweitzer again. Wants a block. He's across that 5. He has a first down. He's not too far from the goal line. Clock will be stopped while the chains are moved. But Stanley County will have first and goal.
Will have it first and goal
just outside the goal line.
Timeout, Buffalo.
And Stanley County will take another Agtegra timeout, and again we'll keep it here. Schweitzer just about put that ball in the end zone. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. So, Stanley County out of timeouts now. They don't even need a yard. That's only about a half yard away from the goal line. As Stanley County tries to extend their 20-16 lead. And Barrett Schweitzer, now with 4 straight carries for 24 yards on those 4, has worked his way up to 81 yards on 9 carries in this first half. But again, Stanley County can't stop the clock. So it's end zone or bust here for the Buffs, who come out of their timeout. Pretty good wind, we should mention, out of the north. So at Stanley County's back in this second quarter. Really hasn't made much of a difference in this game the way it's been played. First and goal inside the DeSmet 1-yard line. Schweitzer lines up as a wideout now. And Zabe just trying to push his way through, just trying to reach the ball over. Did he or not? He did. Touchdown, Stanley County. One official said yes. Wait a minute, the ball is still loose. Hold on here. One official said no. The referee said he's in. All you have to do is reach that ball across the plane of the goal line. There's down to 1 second, so this is going to be this for this first half, one way or the other. But the officials now will all meet and say, what did you see? Now what did you see? And what did you see? Did he reach that ball across? Did Zabe do it? And what will the deliberation lead to? Stanley County is lining up, but there's only a second left on the clock. And when that ball is ready for play, that clock will start. Stanley County, remember, has used all their timeouts if this is not a touchdown. And that determination has still not been finally made. That's why the officials want to make sure they have this right. Stanley County is going to lead at the half one way or the other. It's just a matter of whether they lead by 4 or lead by more. 4 of the officials, led by the referee Tate Schoenfelder, still discussing things in the end zone, the south end zone, 2 hour left. What will they say? They're just going to come out and say, Schoenfelder throws his flag for an unsportsmanlike conduct call
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Buffalo
against Stanley County. It's after the play.
And on the Bulldogs.
And unsportsmanlike conduct against DeSmet, too. So they offset. And now Tate Schoenfelder says second down. So Zabe didn't make it in. So there will be a second on the clock. But again, Stanley County has used their timeouts. So they'll signal for that clock to start as soon as the ball is put ready to play. Although Stanley County's back in their huddle, but it's off a penalty, that's right, so they will have a chance, but they've got to work fast here. So it is second down and goal at the 1. They're going to have a chance to put it in. Stay with a toss right to Schweitzer. He is in. Touchdown, Stanley County.
Touchdown, Buffaloes. Schweitzer with the carry.
On the last play of the half, Barrett Schweitzer has his second touchdown of the game. And the lead will be at least 10 for Stanley County at the half. They'd like to make it 12. Well, how about that finish to the first half? Again, Zabe didn't make it on the first down play, but the pitch to Schweitzer did it on the second down play, and they got a break on those penalties, as we told you, because they got a chance to snap the ball out of timeouts with the second to go. Now they'll go for 2 in the last play of the half. Zabe with the snap, a roll right by Brock. Breaking away from a tackle, cutting back up. He is in the end zone.
The carry for the 2-point conversion.
Brock Zabe converts it for 2 at the end of the first half.
We have a penalty on the play.
But
holding,
it's a hold on Stanley County. Hang on, that's not going to count. So they'll have to do this over again. So the holding penalty will bring it back out all the way to the 13-yard line. And Stanley County will have the chance to again go for 2, but from 13 yards out. So it's a difference of leading by 10 or 12 at the half. It's 26-16 now. 3 receivers set, 2 to the right. Zabe steps back at his 20. Now he's going to start running to the 10, to the 5-yard line. Cuts left near the pylon. Did he stretch it across? No, he's out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Zabe pushed out of bounds.
However,
Henrik, extra point attempt is no
Stanley
good.
County,
Your score at halftime,
after the offense was stalled for a lot of the first half, had one big touchdown drive, took advantage of a Brock Zabe interception to extend the lead at the half. And only Williamson Field, after a most entertaining first half, our score on the Wagner Auto scoreboard, the Stanley County Buffaloes 26, the DeSmet Bulldogs 16. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer, and they have been in Pierre since 1907. And the Buffaloes, proving again they can play with some of the better teams in 9-man football. They have a state-ranked 9B team trailing by 10 after a very fun first half of play.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KTFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM Fort Pierre. Eyes on the road, not on your phone.
So the lead is the Stanley County at the half. Still a second half of football to come. And remember that DeSmet will receive the second half kickoff. But Stanley County has looked sharp again, and they're up 26-16 over DeSmet at the half at Ole Williamson Field. Stay tuned for the CHS River Plains halftime report, and that comes your way in 3 minutes. This is high school football at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app, and on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Peer Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
Starting a John Deere dealership during the Depression took guts and vision. But C.J. Grossenberg was determined to help the community. He supplied more than equipment. He supplied a better way of life for his neighbors. Today, the family business is still going strong. Because round here, Grossenberg proves our values to our community every day. Grossenberg Implement is celebrating 85 years and is fourth-generation family-owned and operated.
What a first half at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierce. Stanley County is on top of DeSmet by a score of 26-16, and this is the CHS River Plains halftime report. I'm David Burrow. Our studio coordinator is Haley Hansen. Brian Menning taking care of the video. Remember, you can watch this game at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. It looked like it was trouble for Stanley County at the start of this game because they had to start on their own 3 because of a deep kickoff from Britt Carlson. Brendan Bothwell was brought for a loss, and a punt set DeSmet up at the 23-yard line of Stanley County. But then on 4th down, Paxton Deal made the interception, ran it back as the play happened for a touchdown. However, a holding penalty brought it out to the DeSmet 21. But on the first play after that, Zabe found Brendan Bothwell for the 21-yard score, 6-0 Stanley County after they didn't make the 2-point conversion. Second possession for DeSmet started at their own 36, made it to the 14 of Stanley County, but another Paxton Deal interception in the end zone led to a touchback. Stanley County, however, lost a fumble at the 8-yard line, their own 8, and DeSmet took it in from there in only 3 plays on a keeper by Britt Carlson, then a 2-point pass from Carlson to Heinrich, and with 1:13 left, 1 minute left in the first quarter, it was an 8-6 DeSmet lead, or 12-8 DeSmet lead, and that's the way it stood at the end of 1. Now, in the second quarter, DeSmet gained the lead back. Stanley County had the lead at the end of 1, but DeSmet put together a good drive, a 51-yard drive in 5.5 minutes, ending on a Britt Carlson keeper. Then he passed again, and Henrik for the 2. But then Stanley County's offense hadn't done a whole lot. They did have the big kickoff return from Bothwell. That was the 83-yarder to the end of the first quarter. That gave Stanley County that lead. But then, starting with 7:23 left in the half, a 71-yard drive. They had 5 first downs on the drive, ending with a Barrett Schweitzer 20-yard run. And what a first half he had. It was 20-6 for Stanley County. DeSmet, then on their next possession, Carlson was intercepted for the 3rd time, this time by Brock Zabe, and Stanley County took it down to the end of the half. 5 carries by Schweitzer, the last on the last play on the half for a 1-yard score, and the 2-point run by Zabe no good. But Stanley County has a 26-16 halftime lead over DeSmet. Now DeSmet does have the yardage advantage, 160-122 over Stanley County. 120 yards rushing for DeSmet and 40 passing. 77 yards rushing and 45 passing for Stanley County. 1 more first down for DeSmet, 9-8. Individually, Britt Carlson, the quarterback, 69 yards rushing on 10 carries and 2 scores. Trace Van Regenmotor, 43 yards on 7 carries. But Carlson was only 4 of 12 passing with the 3 picks for 40 yards. Henrik and Caden Fast each had 2 catches. For Stanley County, Schweitzer again with Colton Brady not playing tonight, and it looks like not next week either. Schweitzer's picking up a lot of the load. 82 yards on 10 carries for Barrett, and the 2 touchdowns. Brock Zabe, again, not throwing the ball a lot, but again, he's been effective when he has. 4 out of 5, 45 yards. The touchdown pass to Bothwell, who had 3 catches for 43 yards. But But turnovers hurting DeSmet, the 3 interceptions. Stanley County has turned it over one time on the lost fumble that led to points. DeSmet with a huge advantage in time of possession in the first half, 16-10 to Stanley County 7-50, but that's DeSmet just trying to run the ball right at you. DeSmet 3 of 6 on third down, Stanley County 1 of 2, but it's Stanley County in the lead at the half, 26-16 over DeSmet. What a first half of football. Scoreboard time, Pierre Governors leading in Aberdeen over Aberdeen Central at the half, 19-0 as they begin their bid for that 7th straight state title. That is on River 92.7 with Bryan, the opener tonight. They'll host Brookings next Friday. Chamberlain opening their season at Lennox, and the Cubs playing well so far, tied with Lennox, 14 apiece, 4 minutes into the second quarter. Miller Highmore Herald not having an easy time tonight. Looks like they'll fall to 0-2 as they're trailing at Mount Vernon Plank and just underway with the third quarter, 36-0. That's on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO. Winner after being taken to 3 overtimes last week and just getting by Tri-Valley 8-0. Well, they're leading at Wagner at halftime tonight. That score is 24-6. Looking around 9-man football, White River trying to start 2-0. The Tigers lead at home over Bennett County 14-8 with 4 minutes left in the half. Platte Geddes in their opener trailing at a state-ranked Parkston team 24-0. That one is at halftime. Ipswich Alderman Northwestern at the half at home 34-0. And Phillip opening the season in Wall tonight, and the Scotties trail the Eagles 6-0. And that's with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter of that game. Paducah area playing at Harding County Bison. You know, the Cougars lost last week to White River, but they're leading that good Harding County Bison team 12-6 with 5 minutes left in the third. Battle of state-ranked teams in 9A. Defending champion Gregory trailing at third-ranked Wolsey Wessington 28-20. A good one there at halftime. Lyman trying to start 2-0, and in press show tonight, they lead New Underwood at the half by a score of 28-12. Harriet Selby area shocked at home last week, being shut out by Leola Frederick area. Well, tonight in Selby, they're leading Timberlake at the half. That score is 18-13. Well, the rivalry is being renewed tonight in Hoven as Sully Buttes is meeting Potter County, and it's all battlers. Sully Buttes is struggling again. Potter County leads at the half by a score of 14-0. Jones County lost their opener last week at Lyman. Tonight, they're at home, and they're leading Sunshine Bible Academy 22-6 at halftime. Crusaders trying to stop an 18-game losing streak. Cologne playing at Gave-O-Volin, and the Cowboys are trailing at about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter of that one. That's a 34-14 Gave-O-Volin lead. So that is what else is happening in high school football tonight. Now, as we mentioned, the Twins back here on KGFX tomorrow evening when they again host the Texas Rangers at Target Field, coming off their 7-5 victory last night in the first game of that series on the exciting pinch homer by Ryan Jeffers to give them the last lead of the game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Well, they're hosting Texas again tonight in the second game of that 4-game set, and ahead again 4-1 at the end of Fort Big. 4-run first inning in this game for the Twins. They are 6 games in front of Cleveland in the American League Central. The Guardians are leading in Toronto in the 8th inning by a score of 4-2. Now, next Friday night, the Buffaloes will be back on the road. They and we will be in Dupree when they meet the Tigers. Airtime, once again, 6:30 here on KGFX. Next Friday night for Stanley County and Dupree. Want to let you know, too, that the volleyball season will begin for Stanley County tomorrow afternoon, just across the way from us at Parkview Auditorium. Very recent Stanley County grad, 2018, in fact. TJ Dragasset has now taken over as the head coach of the Buffs, and her team will host a triangular. Bennett County and Wall will be in town. The action starts at 2 o'clock tomorrow. It's Stanley County at Bennett County first, then Bennett County will meet Wall, and then it'll be the Buffs against Wall. On Tuesday night, Stanley County will host Chamberlain, and coverage of that at around 7:15 on Tuesday night. That'll be on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO. We'll have some selected Buffalo volleyball action a little later on in the season, too. Now, want to let you know that after the action next week at Dupree for the Buffs, the week after that will be their bye week. And the next home game for Stanley County here at Ole Williamson Field will be on Friday, September 15th, when the Bonhomme Cavaliers come to town. They're 1-1 now after being surprised by Kimball Whitelake last night, 18-6. But want to let you know in advance is that September 15th game against Bonhomme will be a mid-afternoon game. It'll be a 3 o'clock kickoff. So if you're planning to be here for that one, make sure you know that's a mid-afternoon start. We'll be on the air that day at 2:30 here on KGFX. Again, that is Friday the 15th of September when Stanley County hosts Bonhomme. They go to White River. What will the Tigers' record be when the Buffs go there on the 22nd of September? Then back-to-back home games against Timberlake and Lemon McIntosh before the Buffs will close the regular season in faith. What's Stanley County's record going to be as this season moves along? For the first time since 2005, they're trying to start 2-0, and they have the lead at the half. DeSmet's a very good team. They're going to try to keep running the ball. You know that. That's their game, but Stanley County is being relatively effective so far. I did give you the team stats, but it's 160 yards for DeSmet to 122. But again, that time advantage, that Stanley County defense out in the field, a very long time in that first half. And DeSmet, remember, will have the football to begin the second half, so we'll see what kind of a difference that may make as the second half begins. But DeSmet trying to work the way from behind. Of course, the 3 interceptions by Britt Carlson have ended up hurting them. We're just about ready for the second half. That's our CHS River Plains halftime report. Stanley County leading DeSmet 26-16 in Ole Williamson Field. Back with the second half in 3 minutes here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Aaron Cantu is set to kick off this second half. The second half kickoff brought to you by Dakota Martin Fort Pierre. Stanley County leading 26-16, but DeSmet with the football first, and Fast runs under it from his 14. Caden Fast cuts left at its 20, 25, left seam, 30, 35, and down to his 37-yard line.
Return brought down by Schweitzer.
So Caden Fast
Bulldogs will start 1st and 10 at their 38-yard
on
line.
it back from his 13 all the way out to his 38. That's where they'll spot it, and DeSmet starts 1st and 10. Again, they'll just try to keep running the ball most of the time, you would think. It's been not an easy night for Britt Carlson passing. Only 4 out of 12, 3 interceptions, 120 yards rushing in this first half for DeSmet. But the Bulldogs, after a relatively easy win over Castlewood last week, find themselves down here by 10, 26-6. 1st and 10 from their 38 for DeSmet from right to left. White tops, maroon pants. Maroon helmets with a gold bulldog on the side. And the snap is to Carlson, fake to Fast. Tackle broken, left side 40 Carlson and down near his 42 or 3 before Boehm wrapped him up. Landon Boehm. They'll give Carlson 5 to his 43, and that makes it second down and 5. And DeSmet, who had the ball just over 16 minutes in the first half of play. Again, this is their game, to try to wear you down by running the ball. They do send 2 receivers left and 1 to the right, and the shotgun is Britt Carlson on 2nd and 5 from their 43. Orbit motion for Henrik, and a toss. It's behind him to Henrik. This is a running play. Breaks the tackle midfield, and he's down to the 48. The pass went backwards, so that's going to count as a rush for Henrik. Barrett Schweitzer brought him down, but it's a first down in Stanley County territory for DeSmet at the 49-yard line after a gain of 8. Again, count that as a running play. And 1st and 10 for DeSmet, 49-yard line of Stanley County. Just underway, about a minute into the third quarter. 26-16, Stanley County on top. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right hash. Orbit motion for Caden Fast. Carlson just takes it up the middle on the keeper. 46-yard line, and stopped right there. Met head on by Landon Boehm.
Carlson with the keeper, brought down by Boehm and Kolda.
A 3-yard gain. And that'll make it second down and 7, I should say, at the 46-yard line of Stanley County for the DeSmet Bulldogs. 40-12, they were winners over Castlewood. They went 7-4 last season, the second year for head coach Brendan Pitts. Made it to the 9B semifinal after making it to the 9A semifinal in 2021. 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. Shotgun formation, as always, for Britt Carlson. Orbit motion for Fast again, and they hand it off tackle. Van Regenmorter cuts right, 45, now cuts left, 40, 35, 30 of Stanley County. First down, he's all the way to the 26-yard line of the Buffs.
The carry brought down by Zabe.
And Van Regenmorter, we remember from last year, a pretty shifty runner. He gained it to the 27-yard line that time of Stanley County for a gain of 22. And DeSmet moves the sticks again. They have 11 first downs to Stanley County's 8. And 2 now on this opening drive of the second half. 26-16, Stanley County on top at DeSmet. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line of Stanley County for the Bulldogs with 10:05 left in the third. 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. For quarterback Britt Carlson, the senior. He hands it off to Henrik. Left side 20, fits him wide open. 10-5 touchdown. Gannon Henrik, a big hole in the B gap between the left guard and tackle, and the junior Henrik raced it in for his first rushing score of the year. And from 27 yards out, the score brings DeSmet back to within 4 points. It is now 26-22 for Stanley County. And as we've seen after every scoring play so far this year, a 2-point conversion try. Henrik a slot right, wide to the right is on ball. Wing to the right is Gilligan. Wide to the left is Fast. And a throw right over his shoulder. Nice catch there by Henrik for the 2-point conversion. And now the Stanley County lead is down to 2. We'll take a break. 9:53 left in the third quarter. Now it's Stanley County 26, DeSmet 24. Back in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is your contact for business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating.
Taking 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Trace Van Regenmorter with a 22-yard run, followed by the 27-yard touchdown run by Gannon Henrik. And now they've cut the Stanley County lead to 2 at 26-24. Britt Carlson ready to kick. Brendan Bothwell, Barrett Schweitzer stand back near their 15. Will they kick it toward Bothwell again? Carlson from right to left boots it. End over end. Nope, this one is going to go to Schweitzer. It is 16. 20 left seam, 25-yard line. Waits one tackle down near his 29. Yeah, they kept it away from Bothwell that time. And Carlson, the kicker, actually came down there to make the play.
Carlson on the tackle. Stanley County starts 1st and 10 on their 26-yard line.
So the Buffs, they'll spot it right at the 30-yard line, so it's a 14-yard run back. And Stanley County with 9:45 left in the third quarter. Their lead down to 2 now at 26-24. Speed to burn on the right side of this formation with Brendan Bothwell in the slot and Paxton DOY. Wing to the right. Brock Zeb in the shotgun formation on 1st and 10. Snap to Brock. Pump fake going long right. Where's Bothwell at the 40? Caught it! 30, 20, nobody near him. Touchdown, Stanley County.
Touchdown,
70 yards from Brock Zabe to the speed merchant, Brendan Bothwell. All it was a matter of was Zabe getting the football to Brendan, because, brother, was he burning it down the right seam. And Stanley County again has a one-play drive for a touchdown. And the Buffs lead is now 32-24. And the numbers are impressive that we'll tell you about in a bit. 2-point conversion first. For Zabe and for Bothwell, we mean. Bothwell in motion to the left. That'll make 3 receivers that way. Snap is back to Zabe. He fakes a toss, runs it at right guard.
Zabe with the carry. Extra point
and
attempt is no
is
good
left
for
just
the
short.
Buffaloes.
So the Stanley County lead
32,
is at 8.
24.
9:35 left in the third. We'll take a break. Stanley County, in a most entertaining game, leads DeSmet 32-24. Back in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
A 70-yard strike from Brock Zabe to Brendan Bothwell. Another one-play scoring drive, and Stanley County's up 8. For Zabe tonight, now 5 of 6, 115 yards and 2 touchdowns, both to Bothwell, who now has 4 catches, 113 yards. And now Aaron Cantu ready for the kickoff from
the kickoff for the Buffalo.
Left to right. Caden Fast and Gannon Henrik waiting back at around their 14-yard line. What's going to happen next in this game? Stanley County has had 2 entertaining games in a row. The kick, end over end, comes to Fast at his 20-yard line. Cuts to the right seam, 25-30. Tries to cut back left, has some room. 35, eludes one tackler at the numbers left side, 40, midfield, and finally forced out of bounds in Stanley County territory. Paxton Deal finally forced him down, but not before Fast made it to the Stanley County 47-yard line. And that's a 33-yard return. And DeSmet will start in Stanley County territory, down 8 at 32-24 with 9. Split backfield. Now in orbit motion by Fast. And they fake the toss to him. Now Carlson wants to go on left side. Wide open but overthrown for on ball inside the 15-yard line of Stanley County. And a couple of steps on Landon Bame. But Carlson overthrew him. And Britt is now just 4 for 13 in this game. Wanted to throw where it couldn't be intercepted, but way overthrew on ball there. 2nd and 10 for DeSmet at the Stanley County 47. 2 receivers left on the short side, 1 wide to the right. Shotgun again for Carlson. Handed to Henrik around left end, 45, and spun down and out of bounds at the 43-yard line of
Coldo with the takedown.
Stanley County by, guess who? Case Colda. 4 more that time for Henrik, who has 40 yards now on 4 carries, 186 yards rushing. And by our count, by the way, 9 tackles for Case Colda after 8 last week, 5 solo. So DeSmet faces 3rd down and 6 now at the Stanley County 43. Bulldogs are 3 of 6 on 3rd down in this game. 2 receivers left the short side. Again, they're at the left hash. Wide side to the right. Gilligan is over there. On ball wide. Now Fast comes in orbit motion out of the slot left. Turnaround ran into the man he was handing it to, and that gave Stanley County a chance to bring him down as Ebron Cantu brought down Henrik because Carlson ran into Henrik, and that allowed him from getting up ahead of Steve, and it allowed Cantu to bring him down for no gain. And DeSmet, obviously, here will keep the offense on the field on 4th and 6 at the SC 43. 8:45 left in the third. If you're just joining us, where have you been? This has been great. Stanley County leads DeSmet 32-24. Watch it at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app, brought to you by Bauman Lumber. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Single setback. Shotgun for Carlson. Blitz look. Pump fake by Britt Carlson. Going long left and in. Fast, wide open. Caught it. 5-yard line. And he's out of bounds just before the end zone. That was the best throw Britt Carlson's had all evening. And a terrific catch by Fast to reach over Landon Bame to catch it.
2-yard line.
And on 4th down, it is a 41-yard pass play to the 2-yard line of Stanley County. And now it's 1st and goal. Boy, what a timely play there for DeSmet. Again, easily the best throw that Carlson has made tonight. Now he sends 2 receivers right and 1 to the left on 1st and goal for DeSmet at the Stanley County 2. SC up 32-24. Still 8:20 left in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun for Carlson. Just takes the snap at left guard, trying to push his way in. And he didn't make it. Cantu pushed him back. And here comes a flag down at the end of the play. Cantu just stopped him cold. Now let's see what this flag is for. With 8:12 left in the 3rd. And
dead ball foul.
Unsportsmanlike conduct
against the Buffalo
on Stanley County. So Tate Schoenfelder and his crew have had a lot to adjudicate in this game. So that will make it a 1st down because of the unsportsmanlike conduct. So it's 1st and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Clock runs again. 8:10 left in the 3rd. 32-24 Stanley County, but DeSmet knocking on the door. Under center this time is Carlson. Running out of the traditional I, and Carlson just moves his way straight ahead for a rushing touchdown, his third of the game. And cutting the Stanley County lead to 32-30 with 8:02 still left in the third quarter. And now DeSmet, they hope, a 2-point conversion away from tying this game. It's 32-30. Carlson, 14 carries now for 76 yards. That's his third touchdown rushing tonight. 188 yards rushing now for DeSmet. Gilligan in the backfield. All ball wide right. Slot to the right is Henrik. Fastest to the left. And Carlson pump fake to the left. Brought down. Stanley County preserves the lead.
No good. Brought down by Colda.
Back at the 3-yard line as Case Colda was in there first. Carlson had to scramble. Fast wasn't open, and Stanley County holds on to the lead, but still a lot of game to go. We'll take a break. 8:02 left in the third. Stanley County 32, DeSmet 30. Back in 30 seconds on KGFX.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
DeSmet goes 47 yards on 6 plays. Takes a minute 33 after the good kickoff return by Caden Fast. Set them up in Stanley County territory. But the 2-pointer no good by Carlson after Carlson had the touchdown run. So Stanley County holds on to the 32-30 lead. But a lot of game left, still 8:02 in the third. Brendan Bothwell and Paxton Deal standing back at their 15. From right to left, here comes the kickoff from DeSmet's Britt Carlson. End over end, this is Bothwell, look out. 18-yard line, left at the 20, 25, good open field tackle. And there's Carlson again, coming up from the kickoff. He's done that about 4 times on kickoffs in this game. He limited Bothwell to an 8-yard return. And Stanley County will start at their 26, now leading by 2 at 32-30. Bothwell with 2 touchdown receptions in this game. Barrett Schweitzer, 2 touchdown runs. From their 26, Stanley County 1st and 10. Zabe is under center. Off tackle play, moving through a convoy and working his way up the middle. Is Barrett Schweitzer. He's across
with the
30, down to about the 32-yard line. For a gain of 6 yards. Schweitzer now up to 88 by our count on 11 carries. 2nd and 4 for Stanley County from their 32. Now they take their time in the huddle. You may have been able to hear a DeSmet fan yell out, hey, they're beating us at the line. Yeah, that is what's happening. Even though DeSmet has a rather pronounced size advantage, even more than Sully Buttes did last week. 2nd and 4 from their 32. Did they not snap this in time? I don't think so.
Flag on the play.
Remember, at the end of the game, they were waiting as long as they could, and it's a false start, actually, but in any case, it's a 5-yard penalty on Stanley County, their 9th penalty of this game. And that'll set the Buffs back to their 27 and make it 2nd down and 15 in Aberdeen. Pierre leading Aberdeen Central at the end of 3:25-0. They're in the 4th quarter, and that's on River 92.7. 2nd and 9 SC from their 27. Zabe with the handoff at right guard. Not a whole lot, maybe to the 30-yard line. And
Schweitzer with the carry.
Schweitzer,
down by
in fact,
Gilligan.
Stopped at the 29.
Brings up 3rd and long for the Buffaloes.
Gannon Gilligan held into a 2-yard gain. Now 3rd and 7 SC from their 29. Buffs have only been to 3rd down twice in this game. They're 1 for 2. Went 4 for 7 last week. the speed of Deal and Bothwell to the right. Receiver wide to the left. Snap back to Zabe. Rolling pocket right. Nobody open. Zabe's going to run. 30, 31, not much more. Oh, nice play in the open field. Britt Carlson again.
There is a flag on the
Here
play.
comes a flag, though, at the end of this play. It was a little bit of a gain by Zabe. Nice play by Carlson. Now, what is this flag for? It's a big call right here.
Personal foul.
It's a face mask against DeSmet.
Against the Bulldogs.
It's a first down. Oh, my goodness, what a big call there. Carlson stopped him, but grabbed the face mask as he did.
46-yard line.
And this is a 15-yard penalty to give Stanley County a thank you very much, they say, first down. Their 10th of the game. What a gift this could be for the Buffs. 1st and 10 from their 46. Wing left, no wideouts. Up, flag down as the play starts. And it looks like another Stanley County penalty, which would be their 10th. Yep, false start. There have been several of those. So this team is off to an exciting start, but as Max Foth mentioned with us in our Keys to Success in our Bank West pregame, still some things to get worked out, like those false start penalties. Don't forget, in our Family Dental Appear in Gettysburg postgame, our Bauman Lumber player of the game. Stanley County still with 5:43 in the third, and the clock running up 32-30 is 1st and 15 from their 41. After the big face mask penalty gave them a first down. Handoff is Schweitzer, and he is just smothered by Grant Wilkinson. May have gained a yard, but I mean smothered. Grant Wilkinson, he is 6'8", 290 pounds, and only a sophomore. In fact, it's no gain. And that's another of those big Wilkinsons. Remember, Damon Wilkinson was such a good player for them a year ago as a tight end. Well, Grant Wilkinson's even bigger than his bigger brother. No gain, 2nd and 15 SC from their 41. 5 minutes left in the third. Stanley County leading 32-30. Trying to start 2-0 for the first time in 18 years. Wing to the left. Zabe under center. And a handoff, all trouble in the backfield. And immediately after the handoff happened, Zabe didn't even get to hand it off as he was smashed by senior tackle Tristan Olson. That'll count as a sack because it's a loss of 5 more back to SC's 36. And that'll make it 3rd down and 20. The 3rd sack of this game by DeSmet. Stanley County actually didn't convert that 3rd down a moment ago, but gained the first down on the face mask penalty. They're 1 for 3. Bothwell slot left. Bourne wide left. And Deal wide right. 3rd and 20 from their 36. Fake the handoff. Moving pocket up ahead. Zabe running straight ahead. 45 midfield. Cuts left. 45. First down! He needed the 43-yard line, 44 of DeSmet, and he dove forward to the 43.
With the carry, brought down by
well, they're going to spot it at the 44.
Olsen.
This is awfully close. Looked like he'd stretched the ball forward. Olsen again made the stop. How about that scramble? They will give Stanley County the first down right where they needed. They needed 20. Brock gained 20 to the 44-yard line of DeSmet. Clock runs, still 3:50, or will in a moment again. Now they say it can. 3:55 in the third. Well, a big scramble there by Brock Zabe to convert 3rd and 20. And it's 1st and 10 at the DeSmet 44 for the Buffs. Again, they're under center with no wideouts. Zabe with a handoff, and smothered again is Schweitzer. Carlson led the charge first, and
by Carlson and others.
Back to the line of scrimmage, but no more for Barrett that time.
Officials timeout.
But 7 plays now on this drive, and the officials will stop things here for just a moment. We'll call this an Agtegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. After the no gain by Barrett Schweitzer, he now has 14 carries for 90 yards. 2nd down and 10 at the DeSmet 44 for Stanley County, leading 32-30 in a humdinger of a game at Ole Williamson Field. 3:15 in the third. Under center is Abe on 2nd and 10. Pitch right. Schweitzer, one block, 45. Tackle broken, 40. Spun down to the 38 of Stanley County. Bringing him down there was
brought down by
Gannon Gilligan. Fast came in at the end of the play, but it's a 6-yard gain for Schweitzer, making it a little easier on third down. 3rd and 4 for SC coming up at DeSmet's 38. Buffs 2 of 4 on third down. Converted one a moment ago. That was the 3rd and 20 play where Zabe scrambled. To the huddle. Zabe brings him out. Ryland Shrake is a wing to the left on 3rd and 4. Up the middle, Schweitzer, 35. He has that first down. In fact, he's all the way to the 30-yard line of DeSmet.
Schweitzer with the carry.
Another big run.
Forced down by Van Regenmorter.
Barrett.
Play results in a first down for the
Trace
Buffaloes.
Van Regenmorter with a stop.
Bulldog 30-yard line.
8 more for Schweitzer to put him over the 100-yard mark for the game. 16 carries, 104 yards for Barrett Schweitzer. And Stanley County 1st and 10 at the DeSmet 30. They've had the ball nearly 6 minutes. They're holding on to a 32-30 lead. This will be the 10th play of the drive. And Stanley County takes their time. Brock Zabe looked to the sideline. Now he breaks the huddle. Again, no wideouts. Double wing to the right. Under center, Zabe. Just barely time to snap it. Schweitzer up the middle, off tackle. 26-yard line or so of DeSmet. Held up there by Gilligan.
With the carry, brought down by Van Regenmorter.
Well, they'll give him 3 to the 27, but now Stanley County again, as they did last week, using the running game to their advantage. They received this ball with just over 8 minutes left in the third quarter. There's now a minute 30 to go. 32-30, Stanley County. 2nd and 7, DeSmet's 27. Brock Zabe says, hey, come back here, guys. Don't go away from me. Blaze Frost and Ryland Shrake were ready to come to the line of scrimmage. We said, no. We got to take our time here. Stanley County, in fact, ran off the last 6.5 minutes of the game in Oneida last Friday night. Back judge counts down on a 2nd down play. Pitch left, Schweitzer. One tackle broken, 25. Pushing his way forward. First down across the 20-yard line. They're going to say the forward progress was stopped. A decision with which the Stanley County fans don't agree.
With the
Where was that forward progress stop?
Determined forward progress.
They needed the 20 to the first down, but they're going to mark this back at the 23-yard line. That's only a 4-yard gain. That will make it 3rd down and 4. 33 seconds left third quarter. Stanley County will have to snap it one more time before this third quarter ends, and they can go with whatever win there is left. It's not what there was earlier out of the north. 20 seconds left. 3rd and 4, Stanley County. DeSmet's 23-yard line, up 32-30. A roll right by Zabe. Now cuts back up the middle to the 20. First down. Brought down on a good ankle tackle by Van Regenmorter, but it is a first down.
Play results in a first down for the Buffaloes.
Stanley County, and the gain is all the way to the 13.
17-yard line.
Or the 17-yard line of DeSmet. That's a 6-yard gain, and that'll end the third quarter. Stanley County takes the lead into the fourth, and they'll continue a drive that has gone almost over 8 minutes to this point. At the end of 3 on the Wagner Auto scoreboard, it is Stanley County 32, DeSmet 30. Wagner Auto, the one place to go.
That would be the
Well, we will take 30 seconds and then come back for what should be some drama in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter in 30 seconds from Ole Williamson Field on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Stanley County ran off the last 8 minutes and 2 seconds of the third quarter. And they keep this drive going. It'll be the 13th play coming up when the fourth quarter begins. Stanley County holding on to a 32-30 lead over DeSmet at Ole Williamson Field.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KGFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Stay alive, don't text and drive.
First and 10 now from right to left, Stanley County at the DeSmet 17. Fourth quarter begins. Stanley County up 2. Handed off to Schweitzer at left guard. 15, but that's about all. He was in traffic there, and
Schweitzer with the carry.
There were Bulldogs
brought down by Gilligan and
quickly
others.
there, including Gannon Gilligan. But Stanley County is fine with this because the clock's going to keep running. Just underway in the fourth quarter, gain of 2. Second down and 8 for DeSmet at the Stanley County, for Stanley County at the DeSmet 15. They'll take all the time they can. They're just now to the huddle. Remember, when the back judge puts his arm up, that means 10 seconds to snap. Then he starts counting down from 5. Zabe, they don't take it down quite as much this time. Pitch right to Schweitzer. Back up the middle, tries to cut. And he nearly had room down for 2 at about the 13. Boy, Caden Fast made a nice play there.
Third down for the
Or Schweitzer might be in the end zone. The gain was 3. Down to the 12. Third and 5, Stanley County. They're 4 of 6 on third down after going 4 of 7 last week. This drive now over 9 minutes. 10:45 to play in this one. Stanley County 32, DeSmet 30. SC is 3rd and 5 at the DeSmet 12, moving from right to left. Under center, Brock Zabe. And Zabe in some trouble and brought down. Couldn't find anyone, and there is Britt Carlson, who once again hustles. The 4th sack of the game for DeSmet. And this one is back to the 16-yard line of DeSmet for a loss of 4. So Stanley County will keep that offense on the field. Their 4th down, 9 to go at the 16-yard line of DeSmet. 10 minutes to play. Stanley County 32, DeSmet 30. Big play here. Paxton Deal wide to the right. 3 receivers to the left. Bothwell, Bourne, and Schweitzer. With Cash Richardson in the backfield. Fake to him. Throw right. Wants the man open over there, but it's incomplete. Going for Deal, but he got bumped! And here comes a flag.
Pass intended for Deal falls incomplete. There is a flag.
Oh, the coverage was one-on-one back there with cornerback Tom on ball. And he may be ruled to a bump Paxton Deal. If so, this will be 1st and goal. Let's see what they say. Yeah, it's interference
against the Bulldogs
on DeSmet. How about that? So the pass interference penalty, it's in the end zone. It's only 10 yards in high school football, of course, but it is an automatic 1st down. The line of scrimmage was the 16-yard line. So they'll place it here, a yard back from where it should be. 9:41 to play as proceedings are stopped for the moment. Stanley County is going to have a 1st down out of this and leading by a score of 32 to 30. Now they're going to say it's, wait a minute, they're going to say it's, hang on here. They're going to say it's 4th down, but I don't think, this can't be right. It's a pass interference penalty. And again, in high school, it's 10 yards, but the line of scrimmage was the 16. It's pass interference. The line to gain for the 1st down, they're going to measure this. The line to gain was the 7. I don't get this. That should be a 1st down because the line, again, the line of scrimmage was the 16-yard line. They've got this off by a yard, frankly. So it is not first down. It is fourth down over again. Well, this is a little strange. Anyway, it's fourth and a yard. Stanley County just wants to make a yard and not have anyone worry about it. Zabe looking around. Under center. Toss left. Schweitzer cuts up. Now they have the first down. Schweitzer, a couple of yards. Pass was the pitch. Schweitzer.
7-yard line.
Now it's on the 7, which is where they needed to gain. Now they have. It was just a play later than they thought. 9:32 to go. Clock runs. Again, this is now a drive of 10.5 minutes for Stanley County. They receive this ball with 8:02 remaining in the third quarter. Now 9:20 remains in the game. First and goal, Stanley County at the DeSmet 7, leading 32-30. Back judge arm in the air. Now Stanley County comes to the line of scrimmage. Zabe will wait a few more seconds. Now hands it off up the middle, off tackle. Schweitzer down near the 5-yard line, maybe the 4-3. We'll see how much forward progress. There it is given. Gilligan made the stop. They'll give him to the 3. Second down and goal from there. What a drive by Stanley County. This will be the 18th play of this drive. They've gone 71 yards to this point. Play number 18 coming up. Second down and goal at the DeSmet 3 for Stanley County. Now down to 8:34 to play. Stanley County leads 32-30, and they've got hands on hips. They're waiting for the back judge to put that arm up. He does. The team comes forward to the line now. Zabe under center. And hand it off to Schweitzer. Up the middle. Pulls forward. End zone. Touchdown. Stanley County. Third of the game for Schweitzer.
Schweitzer with the carry.
With 8:19 to go, Stanley County with a big score. They're now up 38-30. This is unbelievable. Listen to this drive. 18 plays, 74 yards, 11 minutes, and 43 seconds. They gained the ball with 8:02 left in the third. They score with 8:19 to go in the fourth. They took almost a full quarter on the drive. Amazing. Zabe for the 2-point conversion. Rolls right. This is big and not able to make the catch as Richardson. Or Bothwell, I should say.
Falls incomplete.
So the pass is no good, but Stanley County, after an incredible drive, has the lead at 8. And there's a Buffalo. Oh, it's Case Holder. Ooh, they want him to get up. We'll take a break. 8:19 left. Big score for Stanley County. They're up 38-30 over DeSmet. And we'll return in 1 minute on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Looking for top-notch printing services? Choose Preferred Printing, your South Dakota union printer. We provide mailing services, create banners, vehicle decals, stationery and business forms, event materials including specialty items, apparel, and more. Our skilled team brings your vision to life with exceptional quality and attention to detail. And as a locally veteran-owned shop, we're dedicated to serving our community. Experience the difference with Preferred Printing. Visit us at preferredsd.com or call 605-333-0535 today.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Case Colda did walk off the field. So that's one piece of good news Stanley County hopes. Incredible. You don't see drives that long in pro football. An 11-minute and 43-second drive for Stanley County. They're up 38-30, so it's still a one-score game after they didn't make the 2-point conversion. 124 yards now for Barrett Schweitzer and 23 carries. Cantu ready to kick. Henrik and Fast wait back near their 11-yard line. Remember, Cantu put one in the end zone earlier. This is a line drive and taken And around his 20 by the return man, Henrik.
Tolzien Henrik with the return.
And out to his 40.
Bulldogs will start first and 10 at their 37-yard line.
37-yard line. So there's still a lot of time left in this game. Don't forget about that. Stanley County up 38-30. Now DeSmet. This is where ball control may be able to actually do them some good. In the formation of the shotgun is Carlson. And a toss right. And once a convoy here is fast. He brought down on a good open field tackle from behind by Cass Richardson before he could turn the corner on the right side near the numbers. Held him to a 5-yard gain at the 42. Good play, though, by Cash. 2nd down and 5. Again, it was early in the third quarter before now that DeSmet last had possession of the football. 38-30 Stanley County, trying to start 2-0 for the first time since a 6-0 start in 2005. Shotgun formation for Carlson. Again, that orbit motion by Fast, and they hand it to Henrik, and held to a yard. Good pursuit there.
Henrik with
to
the
his
carry,
43. Even Cantu held him to a yard. Good play there by Erin. And that leaves a very important 3rd down play here for DeSmet. 3rd and 4 from their 43. Still 7:10 left. Can Stanley County's defense make a big stop? Noah Baldwin, Case Colda, he is back in there. And even Cantu among the front. Receivers split one each way. Wing to the left, a slot to the left. 3rd and 4. DeSmet from their 43. Again, that orbit motion by Fast. And the pitch is left to Gilligan. Being run down in the backfield.
Henrik with the carry. Brought down by Shrake.
Ryland Shrake chased him down for a big loss back to the 35-yard line. That is a loss of 8 yards. And now what will DeSmet do with 6:25 left? They're going to keep the offense out there. And I can't imagine why not. They don't want to give this ball back to Stanley County after the drive they just had. So the game may be on the line here for DeSmet with 6:10 left. They're 4th and 12 from their 35. Receivers split each way. Carlson had a big pass on their last drive, remember. And they are going to punt it. Well, they had a formation. It's Van Regenmoorder. He's their punter. Stanley County didn't have anybody deep, and that ended up being a good kick for Van Regenmoorder.
Van Regenmoorder's kick is
down
at the
at Stanley County 29. I thought they might go for it there. But they didn't, and now Stanley County
we have an official's timeout.
Has the task here to try to run out the last 5:53. They will start from their 29, 1st and 10, leading by a score of 38-30 over DeSmet. Case Colda, we told you, immediately was back in. He played that whole defensive series. He walked off the field after being dinged a little bit on that 2-point conversion, but he looks to be fine. Next Friday night, the excitement with this Stanley County team will continue in Dupree against the Tigers. We'll have it for you here on KGFX at 6:30 next Friday evening, and we hope you'll join us. Remember, in our Family Dental Pier in Gettysburg postgame, it'll be our Bauman Lumber player of the game. I know who the leading candidate is if the team in purple and gold holds on. They have had to go without Colton Brady, but has the senior Barrett Schweitzer carried the load. 23 carries, 124 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Now, can Stanley County run this game out? Scoring, yeah, they want to score, of course. But that might be secondary to running the last 5:53 off this clock. Let's see if they can. It's still a lot of time. Again, no wideouts. They ran on every play of their 18 of that 11-minute and 43-second drive shortly ago. 1st and 10 from their 29. And they run again up the middle. Schweitzer, 30, just a couple to the 31. And
Schweitzer with the carry,
met well that time by Gannon Gilligan. Held him to a couple to the 31. It's 2nd down and 8. 5:34 left. The clock can't move quickly enough for Stanley County now. Trying to do what most people would consider to be an upset. They lead DeSmet 38-30. I know those guys wearing purple and gold with the white helmets wouldn't consider it an upset. They'll take all the time they can again. From right to left. 5:13 left. They'll wait till the back judge puts his arm up. That means 10 seconds to snap it. Now they come to the line. Zabe under center. Back judge starts the count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zabe just snaps it in time. Pitch left. It is Schweitzer. Cuts back up 35-40. Down the right seam to the 50 to the 40 of DeSmet. Finally wrangled inside the 35-yard line. First down.
Schweitzer with the carry.
Gannon Henrik saved a touchdown.
First down, Buffaloes.
Henrik had the
31-yard line.
If you'll pardon the pun, bulldog him at the 31-yard line of DeSmet, or Schweitzer would be in the end zone. $38 more yards for Schweitzer. He's up to 164 for the game. Stanley County now has one more first down than DeSmet. 15-14. Now they've outgained DeSmet. 293 to 267. 1st and 10 Stanley County. 31-yard line of DeSmet. 4:35 remaining. 38-30 Stanley County in the lead. Zabe under center. Again, no wideouts. He's taking all the time he can again. And he hands off at left tackle. Yeah, you better believe it's
Schweitzer with the carry.
Barrett Schweitzer.
Tripped up by Gilligan.
Across the 30. Down to the 28 or 7. Good. Ended up with a little more progress. I'm going to give him 3 yards to the 28-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7. When will DeSmet start using their timeouts? 4 minutes left. Stanley County 38. DeSmet 30. DeSmet's got to start thinking about it. They still have all 3. They know Stanley County's going to take this clock every second they can on every play, and they know they're not going to pass the ball because there are no wideouts. Zabe under center. Count starts. Pitch left. Schweitzer cuts back up the middle. Up here comes a flag. 25 to the 20 to the 15 to the 10. Schweitzer is down inside the 5, but there is a flag down, and I think this is coming back. 3:29 left as the clock is stopped with the penalty. And it's a hold on Stanley County for their 11th penalty of the game. So this will be marked off. Line of scrimmage was the 28. They'll mark it off 10 yards from where the hold happened. And again, the clock is stopped because of the penalty. 3:29 left. First penalty in a while, but this sets Stanley County back to their 38. 11 penalties, 61 yards on SC. Now there's 2nd and 17 at the DeSmet 38. Clock starts with them all ready for play. 3:25 left. Stanley County with the ball and a 38-30 lead. They've had the ball almost 14 minutes in this second half because of an 11-minute and 43-second scoring drive. Pierre, by the way, has one at Aberdeen Central tonight, 32-0. Now a flag is thrown by the back judge. Or may we have a timeout? Yep.
No flag on the play.
We're going to have a timeout by Stanley County, the first of their 3. We'll take a break. An Integra timeout, acres ahead, can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Integra cooperative today. We'll take 30 and then we're back. 3:08 left. Stanley County 38, DeSmet 30. Back in 30 seconds on KGFX.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the Central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
3 touchdowns rushing for Barrett Schweitzer, 2 touchdowns receiving, and 1 on a kickoff return by Brendan Bothwell. It's been ball control that has been the story of the second half also for Stanley County, who leads DeSmet 38-30. A big stop. Ryland Shrake, remember, made the big stop a moment ago on Gannon Henrik to stop DeSmet's drive. That was with 5:53 left. Now there's 3:08 left, but a penalty has backed Stanley County up to the DeSmet 38, and it's second down and 17. Now a wing to the right. Let's see if they put the ball in the air. Blitz look by DeSmet. Zabe looks at it, fakes the stretch handoff to Richardson. He's brought down in the backfield. Zabe is smothered
the keeper, brought down by
there
Almbaugh and others.
by Sam Gigoff and Tom Onbaugh. And now DeSmet will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
2:55 left. We'll take another Agtegra timeout. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. 30 more seconds. 2:55 left. Stanley County with a third down coming up. They lead DeSmet 38-30 and back in 30 seconds on KGFX. Grossenberg Implement, your family-owned John Deere dealer, is passing on the savings to you. This week, get an 8% discount on all in-stock flashlights. A flashlight is a great tool for lighting up those dark spaces, and you can never have too many. So now's the time to stock up. Take advantage of the 8% discount. Stop into the parts department at any of the 9 Grossenberg Implement locations this week in South Dakota, Nebraska, and Wyoming to take advantage of the 8% discount on all in-stock flashlights. Grossenberg Implement, servicing your growing needs since 1937. The 5th sack of the game by DeSmet has backed Stanley County up to the DeSmet 41. It is 3rd and 20. 2:55 left, 4th quarter. Stanley County leading DeSmet 38-30. Very important play for the Buffs and for DeSmet right here. Again, no wideouts. They don't want to take any chances. They pitch it left to Schweitzer to the 40-yard line. Tackle broken. He's to the 35, but that's to do nothing more than to force DeSmet maybe to use another timeout.
With the carry,
and in fact, the Bulldogs will take that second timeout.
Timeout, Bulldogs.
Caden Fast,
Fans at the end of the third
Grant
quarter,
Wilkinson combined on the tackle. It was a 6-yard game for Barrett Schweitzer. We'll keep it here during this Agtegra timeout. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Schweitzer now with 173 yards on 27 carries, 3 scores. So it'll be 4th and 14 for Stanley County at the DeSmet 35. You can imagine the offense will stay on the field here. We're down to 2:45 left. Stanley County leading DeSmet 38-30. Our Family Dental with Pier and Gettysburg postgame show will follow this game. We'll name our Bauman Lumber player of the game and look at some other scores. What a game this has been at Ole Williamson Field as Stanley County tries to pull off the upset of DeSmet. Now what will the Buffs do? What does Max Foth have up his sleeve right here? He's going to send Q Bourne to the left. 2 receivers to the right. 4th and 14, Stanley County. DeSmet's 35. Shotgun here for Zabe. Snap back to the senior quarterback and a roll right. Protection pretty good. Lobs it down the right side. Receiver fell and it's incomplete. Over there was Brendan Bothwell, but he fell on the turf.
Ball's incomplete. Henrik on the defense.
And DeSmet will have the football back with 2:38 to play. So Stanley County was able to eat up 3 minutes and 15 seconds, but now DeSmet has their chance. Down 8 with 2:38 left. They're at their 35. Stanley County 38, DeSmet 30. Now, what's Carlson done through the air? Just 5 of 14, 81 yards. But remember, he did have that 41-yard pass to Fast, so it's not like this team can't throw it. But now they have to. 1st and 10 from their 35. Again, the orbit motion by Fast from right to left. Flag down to stop play.
Flag on the play.
And DeSmet is called for a false start for their 8th penalty of the game. We've seen a lot of flags tonight. That's the 8th penalty on DeSmet for 57 yards. 11 penalties on Stanley County for 61 yards. So it's back on the 30, and it's 1st and 15. Only 1 timeout, remember that, left for DeSmet. 2:37 left. Stanley County leads 38-30. So DeSmet's going to have to put the ball in the air at some point. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Snap is back to Carlson, and after the fake, he does throw the ball in the air. Left side, he was on, but he made the catch! 20, down inside the 15 and 10-yard line. In double coverage, Tom Onbaugh made a huge catch.
Carlson's pass to Onbaugh is complete.
For DeSmet. Zabe was back there, Prince was back there, but the ball found Onbaugh. It's at the 22, not the 10, but it's to the 22 of Stanley County. For a huge gain. That is 48 yards. 2:23 remaining. DeSmet down 8. Trying to, at the very worst, force overtime. They need a touchdown and 2. First and 10 DeSmet. Stanley County's 22 after the big pass play. Snap to Carlson in the shotgun. Wants to go in the air again, and it's brought down from behind. Sack.
Richardson with the carry, brought down by Carlson with the carry.
Cash Richardson made the sack. Noah Baldwin helped finish the play off, but it was Cash Richardson who had the first pursuit. It's back at the 27. It's a loss to 5. It's the first sack of the night for Stanley County. Clock runs. 1:52 left. Only one timeout for DeSmet. Second and 15, Stanley County 27. DeSmet down to Stanley County, 38-30. Receiver to the left. Snap is back to Carlson. Chased again. Gets it away before he's hit. Intercepted. Barrett Schweitzer inside the 10-yard line. And the young man who has had such a big night running the football may have made the biggest defensive play in the game for the Buffs. He's down at the 9. 1:36 left. And now Stanley County with DeSmet having only one timeout to go has the chance to run this clock out and come away with the biggest win for this program in a long time. They are going to need a first down because DeSmet still has a timeout. They will have to have a first down to close this out. But Carlson is intercepted for the 4th time tonight. He overthrew Caden Fast. Zabe under center. He'll kneel down. Now DeSmet does have one more timeout. And they're going to take it right here, and we'll keep it here with 1:34 remaining. And they're back to the 8. And I think Brock Zabe was under the impression, hey, we can run this out. I think Max Post got to tell him and everybody else, no. Got to move that ball forward now. Even though DeSmet is out of timeouts, there are still 94 seconds to play. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for Stanley County at their own 8. This is an Exegra timeout. Acres ahead to maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Exegra cooperative today. So the Buffs hope that play doesn't cost them. Because you, again, for Stanley County, you have to have a first down to assure wrapping this game up. So their goal right now is their own 19-yard line. If they make it there, this game's over. But they're not there yet, and it's 2nd down. So there's DeSmet's last timeout. The Bulldogs cannot stop the clock again. 1:34 left, 4th quarter. Again, 11 yards to victory for Stanley County. They're 2nd and 11 at their own 8. And they have to run a play. And I'm sure Brock Zabe was told that. Ball ready for play. Zabe under center. They're just going to kneel again. Well, this is interesting. They're going to try and milk every second, but they still can't run it all the way down. Clock does run, 1:20 to go. And they maybe will just want to depend on Paxton Deal getting a good punt away. because now it is 3rd down and 12 at their 7, clock at 108, 107, 106, 38-30, Stanley County with the ball and an 8-point lead over DeSmet. 3rd and 12 at their own 7, and makes you think they'll just kneel down again, which you don't want to risk a turnover, okay, but you still have to execute that punt. And now Stanley County will take their second timeout, an Actegra timeout. Let's take 30 ourselves right here. 48 seconds left. Stanley County 38, DeSmet 30. Back in 30 seconds on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
Well, DeSmet might have a little bit of a reprieve here, because by kneeling down twice, Stanley County has not run as much time as they would have had they normally run plays, because you just want to run the old rugby scrum and advance the ball forward 2 or 3 yards, give the time to umpire, knowing that DeSmet can't stop the clock. But instead, they've knelt down twice. And Stanley County, now back at their own 7, has 3rd down and 12. So what will they do here? Stanley County leads this game 38-30 over DeSmet. Zabe is under center. Now they'll just run the ball straight ahead, only for a couple. Zabe just took it ahead himself.
Zabe with the carry, brought down by Gilligan.
33 seconds,
fourth down
32, but it's ready to play. But maybe Stanley County has done this about right. It's not going to give DeSmet much time. The gain was 2, back to the original line of scrimmage, the 9. And it's 4th down and 10. 11 seconds, 10. They do have to snap it. Or no, they don't. 8. They may have done this exactly right. 4 seconds, 3. This is the Steve Steele trick. 2, 1. It's over. Stanley County is upset DeSmet.
Finish your score. The Buffaloes 38. The Bulldogs.
Well, here we're
30.
sitting up here wondering whether Stanley County may have given DeSmet a free chance. But it turned out, now the officials are going to talk. Hang on. Because they set the ball when there were still about 30 seconds to play. So hang on. The officials are going to have to talk this over. This game might not be over yet. Hang on, folks. And the referee, Tate Schoenfelder, is going to come down and say that there are 2 seconds remaining. So now all Stanley County has to do is hang on to the ball for 2 seconds. Now they've called their last timeout as well, an Actegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Actegra cooperative today. Remember, in the playoff game 3 years ago for Pierre against Mitchell, Steve Steele did this just right, and Pierre was able to run out about the last 2 minutes, kneeling down when Mitchell didn't have any timeouts. It almost has gone exactly right for Stanley County. Now, Brendan Pitts, the head coach for DeSmet's, just making sure about things. Now, the line of scrimmage is the 9-yard line. It's 4th down and 10. And now, Stanley County only has 2 seconds to run off here, but you kneel down to do that. There was confetti shot off, but it's officially not over yet, but should be after this snap. And again, all Stanley County has to do is hang on to finish off an incredible victory over DeSmet and start 2-0 for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Now the official says we're ready to play. And Zabe takes 2 steps back and just falls down, and now it's over.
And that brings us
and
to
the Stanley County Buffaloes do have their biggest win in years. And for the first time in 18 years, the Stanley County Buffaloes have started 2-0, and they've done it by beating a couple of traditional 9-man powers, Sully Buttes on the road and DeSmet at home. And I'm telling you, people are going to start noticing what the Stanley County Buffaloes have done. And I'll be interested to see what those 9AA polls
Buffalo
look like
fans, today during the ball game,
next week. Won't you?
A free will donation basket was
Our
set up at the
final
concession stand
score
for the Ludeman family.
on the Wegner Auto scoreboard at Ole Williamson Field, the Stanley County Buffaloes 38,
and we'd like to invite the Ludeman family
the
to midfield
DeSmet
once
Bulldogs
the teams are cleared
30. Stanley County improves to
so that they can
2-0.
present them with
DeSmet is now
that free will
1-1.
box.
And again, the biggest win, biggest regular season win for this Stanley County program in a mighty long time. Stay tuned for our Family Dental of Pier and Gettysburg postgame, and we'll name our Bauman Lumber player of the game also. We will do that when we return to Ole Williamson Field in 2 minutes. This is high school football, the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app, and on 1060 AM and 103.1 FM KGFX.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wet
Field 38-30 for the first time since 2005. The Buffaloes start 2-0. A huge night again in the running game with Barrett Schweitzer running for 3 scores, 2 touchdown passes from Brock Zabe to Brendan Bothwell, and also Bothwell with an exciting kickoff return for a score. Let's briefly recap this. Brock Zabe to Brendan Bothwell with a 21-yard touchdown pass after a long interception run back by Paxton Deal, who thought he had a touchdown, but a holding penalty brought it out to the 21. But just about at the midway point of the first quarter, Zabe's touchdown pass to Bothwell. Stanley County led 6-0, didn't make the 2-point conversion. Then, on the next drive for DeSmet, Britt Carlson ended the drive with a 1-yard touchdown run, and they did hit the 2-point conversion and had an 8-6 lead, but it was right after that that Bothwell had his exciting touchdown return. With a minute left in the first quarter, he ran back the ensuing kickoff 83 yards. Again, the two no good, but Stanley County regained the lead at 12-8, and that's how it stood at the end of one quarter of play. But then DeSmet, with a 5.5-minute drive, a 51-yard drive, ending with another Carlson keeper from a couple of yards out, and DeSmet regained the lead at 16-12. But then back came Stanley County, as they had a 71-yard drive following that with 5 first downs, ending on a pitch play to Barrett Schweitzer, who scored from 20 yards out. Stanley County was up 20-16. DeSmet then on their next possession, a third interception thrown by Carlson, this one by Brock Zabe, and Stanley County turned that into points on the last play of the first half on a Barrett Schweitzer 1-yard touchdown run. Two no good, but Stanley County up 26-16 at the half. First possession of the third quarter, DeSmet didn't take too long, just over 2 minutes and 62 yards and 5 plays to score, as Gannon Hendrick scored from 27 yards out, and the two-point conversion good, so the Stanley County lead was cut to 26-24. But Stanley County, as they did on a couple of occasions last week at Salty Buttes, had a one-play drive, a Zabe 70-yard touchdown pass to a wide-open Bothwell down the right seam, and then he turned on the Jets and scored with no issue. And the two-pointer again no good, so Stanley County was up 32-24. And then came what turned out to be the important sequence in the game. DeSmet had the ball just 93 seconds. Britt Carlson did score. First, a big 41-yard pass play during that drive from Carlson to Caden Fast, and then on Carlson's third touchdown run with 8:02 left in the third quarter, it was 32-30 for Stanley County, as the two-pointer was no good, and then came an unbelievable drive for Stanley County. They had the ball after this, all on the ground, 18 plays, 74 yards, and took up almost an entire quarter's worth of time, 11:43, and it ended with a Schweitzer touchdown, his third of the game, and the Buffs led 38-30 after the two-pointer missed. Then DeSmet went 3 and out, punted. But Stanley County, thanks to a sack by Tom Allenbaugh and Sam Gigoff, stopped Stanley County. But then on the last possession, after DeSmet started from their 35, they had a big 48-yard play from Carlson to Allenbaugh, but then 2 plays later, Barrett Schweitzer with the interception, the fourth of the game by Carlson, and the fourth for the Buffs. And then Stanley County, a couple of kneel downs, and they tried to work it out where they could run the clock all the way down. They didn't quite do it to fourth down, but they left themselves with only 2 seconds left, and another kneel down by Zabe ended, and Stanley County held on for the 38-30 victory. DeSmet still had the yardage advantage, 310 to 295, 181 rushing for DeSmet, 129 passing. Stanley County, 180 yards rushing. Not quite as big as last week, but boy, another effective night running the ball. 115 passing. Each team had 15 first downs individually. For Stanley County, Barrett Schweitzer with a huge game. 27 carries, 173 yards, 3 scores. With Colton Brady out of the lineup, Schweitzer did quite well in his place. And Brock Zabe, 12 carries, 13 yards. Zabe was 5 of 7 passing for 115 and the 2 scores. 4 of the catches, 113 yards by Bothwell. The other catch for 2 yards by Barrett Schweitzer. For DeSmet, Carlson, 15 carries, 71 yards, and the 3 scores. Trace Van Regenmotor, 8 carries for 65. Gannon Hendrick, 7 for 33. Caden Fast, they didn't give him the ball too much tonight. Only 3 carries for 10 yards. Carlson, just 6 of 16 passing, 129, but the 4 interceptions. Fast had 3 catches for 59. Hendrick, 2 for 22 on ball. The big one late for 48 yards. And DeSmet also had their share of quarterback sacks in this game. They sacked Zabe 5 times. Stanley County had 1 sack. Time of possession ended up being in favor of Stanley County in this game, beating DeSmet at their own game, 24-42 to 23-18, because Stanley County had the ball in the second half for 16 minutes and 52 seconds after DeSmet had it for 16-10 in the first half. Stanley County was 4 of 9 on third down. DeSmet 3 of 8. And 1 of 3 on 4th down for each team. Stanley County 3 of 3 in the red zone. DeSmet 3 of 5. But it adds up to a remarkable win for Stanley County, who for the first time since 2005 starts 2-0, and they've beaten Sully Buttes and DeSmet to get there. Time to name our Bauman Lumber Player of the Game. And there are a lot of T-shirts that could be given out, but there's one young man who really deserves it, and we'll tell you who when we return to Ole Williamson Field in 30 seconds here on KGFX.
Wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Gannon Gilligan had himself quite the game defensively for DeSmet. He and Caden Fast, in fact, both had 10 tackles. Carlson struggled passing, but otherwise played a really good game. He had 2 sacks defensively, 2 in the 3 touchdowns rushing offensively. Case Colda was so sharp again for Stanley County. 9 tackles, 5 solo. Cash Richardson had a sack. The 2 interceptions by Deal, the one by Zabe and the one by Barrett Schweitzer. But it's Schweitzer who is our player of the game winner, and he'll get the T-shirt from Bauman Lumber. 173 yards on 27 carries. Stanley County needed someone to come through in the running game, knowing that Colton Brady wouldn't be available tonight, probably won't be next week either, most certainly won't be next week. And Schweitzer, the senior, did the job tonight as Stanley County comes up with the big, big win over DeSmet. Some scores quickly before we leave you. Pierre in their season opener won at Aberdeen Central 32-0. So the Governors start well. They, by the way, host Brookings next Friday night across the river. Chamberlain in their opener in 11A lost at Lennox. That final was 42-29. In 11B, Miller Highmore Herald now 0-2 after losing at Mount Vernon Plankinton 52-19. Winner is 2-0. Not so much of a struggle for them this week. The Warriors beat Wagner 46-6. Mobridge Pollock bounced back with a 42-8 victory over Dakota Hills. 9-man football. How about White River? 2-0 for the Tigers at the start of the year at home tonight. They beat Bennett County 40-22. Platte Geddes in their season opener lost at home to a state-ranked Parkston team by a score of 46-0. Dupree, of course, that's where the Buffs go next Friday night, and the Tigers are in Lemon tonight and trailing Lemon McIntosh 14-6 with 10 minutes to go. Phillip opening their season, good one with Wall. In Wall tonight, they're even at 12 and just underway with the fourth quarter of that game. Kadoka area now at 0-2 after losing to Harding County Bison. The Cougars led much of that game, but Harding County Bison wins 28-26. And in a battle of top 5 teams in 9A, Wolsey Wessington knocks off defending 9A champ Gregory. That final was 48-32. Lyman 2-0 after a 36-12 victory over New Underwood. Harriet Selby area after being shut out at home in their season opener last week. They win tonight in Selby over Timberlake 24-13. By the way, Phillip has now taken the lead over Wall. What we told you about at 12-12 was a Phillip touchdown. They've converted the 2-point conversion, and they're ahead of Wall 14-12 as they're just underway in the fourth quarter of that game. Jones County, after losing to Lyman last week, comes back with a victory in Murdo tonight over Sunshine Bible Academy 56-6. Potter County is 2-0 after losing twice to Sully Buttes a year ago. They beat the Chargers tonight in Hoven, and that final was 26-12. Faulkton area goes to Tulare and swamps defending 9B champion Hitchcock Tulare 40-0. That Faulkton area team is one to look out for in 9B. By all indications, that is an awfully strong Faulkton area team. Stanley County's next action is next Friday night in Dupree against the Tigers. And they'll go for their first 3-0 starts in 2005. They started 6-0 back in 2005, but that was the last time before now that they'd won at least 2 in a row to start the season. We'll join you at 6:30 next Friday evening here on KGFX. In between now and then, for Stanley County, good luck to TJ Dragis's team as they begin their season tomorrow. Parkview Auditorium hosting Bennett County and Wall in volleyball, and they'll host Chamberlain on Tuesday night. Coverage at around 7:15 on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO. Twins baseball back here on KGFX tomorrow from Target Field as the Twins will continue their series with the Texas Rangers. We'll have it for you here on KGFX. 5:30 tomorrow from Target Field for the third game of that 4-game set as the Twins have built up what is now, or came into the day at least, as a 6-game lead in the American League Central Division over the Cleveland Guardians, matching their longest of the year, and it stays that way because the Twins pounded Texas tonight by a score of 12-2. Boy, the Rangers are really struggling, and the Guardians were winners tonight in Toronto also 5-2 over the Blue Jays. Don't forget, tomorrow on River 92.7, it is Pier Volleyball. They're opening their season tonight at Stevens in Rapid City. Then they play Central 1:30. Brian will be there tomorrow afternoon for that on River 92.7. Oh, can't forget about the Vikings, can we? Because they have their final preseason game tomorrow against the Arizona Cardinals at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The airtime 11 a.m. That's tomorrow on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO and 100.7 KMLO. On your way home from the game, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you that buckling up is the best way to save your life in a crash. Do it for your family and friends because you've got someplace to be. High school football on 1060 103.1 KGFX, brought to you by Avera Health, First Dakota National Bank, Access Health Fort Pierre, Sioux Nation here in Fort Pierre, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Pierre Regional Airport, Ferding Electric, Fisher Rounds & Associates Insurance and Real Estate, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Nystrom Electrical Contracting, and Venture Communications. In-game sponsors who help bring you high school football on KGFX include Bank West, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Montana Dakota Utilities, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre, Agtegra, CHS River Plains, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Bauman Lumber, and Wagner Auto. Again, a reminder, Bauman Lumber bringing you video of this game. You can watch the replay shortly at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. Thanks to everyone who's helped make it happen tonight. Hardworking Athletic Director Keely Braceland here at Stanley County High School. Thanks also to Brian Menning for handling the video and to our studio coordinator, Haley Hansen. I'm David Burrell. What a win for Stanley County for the first time in 18 years, 2-0 after their upset of the DeSmet Bulldogs. The final score one more time on the Wagner Auto scoreboard at Ole Williamson Field. Stanley County 38, DeSmet 30. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend and good night from the banks of the Bad River in Fort Pierre.